Keep going.
Remember that name, Good Pizza, with 3 Z's, baby, 3 Z's.
What's up, Famiglia? It's your boy PizzZa, Good Pizza. Welcome back to the Good Pizza Podcast. We're here to break some bread with you, smoke some good tree with you, and talk good pizza. The show is all about the beautiful journey with the cannabis plant, where it's taken us, our journeys with the plant, where our paths intertwine, and where do we go from here. Today, we have a very special guest. This fella sitting to the right of me was actually born in upstate New York and bounced around a little bit as a kid from different states, from Texas to Georgia. He's a very humble but enthusiastic collector of genetics. Someone who truly has been inspired by the variety of expressions cannabis is capable of, and is honored to be able to provide for his family by doing what he loves and simultaneously contributing what he views as genetic artwork for anyone who's interested to enjoy. After some time growing up in non-cannabis welcoming South, he decided to take his talents out west to Sacramento. This fella is also an MMA and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter and has 6 pro fights. Well done, killer.
Thank you.
While in California, he linked up with Ryan from Doja, Freddie Bigg from SF Canna, and started working with those fellas. Not to mention the work he's doing with the Planta crew, and one of the coolest drops I've seen to date, the Coffin Candy. There is so much to talk about with this fella, so I'm going to shut up and let him tell his story. Ladies and gents, please welcome my friend Rusty, the Duke of Erb. What's up, brother? No doubt.
Oh, thank you.
No doubt, man. Thanks for
having
coming.
me.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man. I've been very curious about you for some time, man. Like, I've heard about you through Doja and that squad, and then later learning that you did a bunch of work with Freddie from SF Canna, and then Planta, and it's just like, yo, man, and you're a breeder. I love chopping up with breeders because you guys are like at the top of the creations to give us all these beautiful strains and these new variations to smoke, man. So you could be the first breeder I have on the show.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. Welcome, brother.
Prestigious,
Welcome.
man. Thank you.
Hell yeah. So before we get into cannabis, let's take it back to the story behind the story. What was the come up like for you, my friend? Let's start in upstate New York.
I mean, I was young there. Like,
Okay.
I was just a baby, and I was like born in a house in the snow out in Marcellus.
Yeah, you were.
My goofy hippie parents wanted to do it like that, and yeah, they just didn't like the cold up there, and so they wanted to move to somewhere where it was warmer. Thought about going to Austin, and then they stopped in Athens and kind of met up with some people that were similar vibe. Athens happened to be a pretty cool place in the South, you know.
Nice.
A lot of artists, a lot of musicians, a lot of academics because the college is there. So you got a lot of different people coming. I mean, it dries up when school's out, but got a lot of different people coming to go to the university. So yeah, it's like a relatively diverse population down there. And
is this the high school? Were you in high school down there?
yeah, I went to high school in Georgia.
Cool.
Yeah. You know, they moved into like, you know, not the dopest spot, kind of out in the woods. It was like an old sharecropper's shack. My dad like added plumbing and electricity, and eventually it was like, you know, decently livable house, but not the dopest situation. But it was cool. Like, it was on a dirt road with a bunch of other interesting people, so it was cool to be around those folks.
How old were you at the time when you were in this?
That situation was
shack?
like, it was dope though. It was in the woods. Like, I was next to like a farmer's field and like a big horse field. And there was just like tons of area to hike around. I had a lake to go to. I would
Nice,
fish,
man.
you know, catch bass and catfish and
Nice,
sunfish,
bro.
and checking out all these different animals. Like, I would have like terrariums, and my dad would encourage me to like, you know, like catch some animals, like catch some reptiles or something. Make sure they're not venomous, of course, but like, you know, put them in the terrarium, check them out, look up what they are in the field guides, let them go. Like, it was, you know, there's definitely some positive aspects to it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thankful for it, like, because it was minimal, and I learned to appreciate things, and also kind of instill like a hunger to move up too.
Yeah,
know?
for sure. No doubt. I mean, everything, when you start at that level, bro, everything's upside.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's always a step up.
Yeah, expect nothing, appreciate everything.
Yeah.
Right. and hustle to it.
Hell yeah. That's wild growing up in that environment. So what age to what age were you in that scenario?
That was like to 10 years old, you know.
So 10 years old, okay.
It was, you know, my parents, we didn't have a lot, like I said, but they put like everything into putting my sister and me into this like Montessori private school out there, which was good. It was like good,
Nice.
you know, solid education. When I made it to public school, I was like, you know, pretty far ahead, but it was like an interesting combination of things, like leaving the private school, going to public school, and kind of running into a little more like rugged vibe from kids. Like the kind of shit that they would talk was like a little more heavy, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You said what about my family? Like,
Yeah.
and then, you know, kind of got me into a few little scraps, got into some trouble, and then that's how I, you know, was able to like get put into martial arts. I was always asking for it. I was always like, I go to the library, and like the books that I got, like when I was younger, it was always like, you know, judo and like, you know, wrestling book or like karate books. And then so when I finally like went to start training, the instructor's like, so you got any experience? I'm like, yeah, you know, I know a little judo, I know a little karate. And he's like, oh, cool. You know, just like reading books, like, you know, my sister, like, come over here. Oh, ippon you.
Oh shit! Did you literally learn from the books? Like, did you figure out the moves?
Some
kind of, sort of.
Yeah, and I would
That's
do them
cool,
on my
bro.
poor sister. You know, she can't. She's tough though now.
Bet she's a tough cookie.
Yeah, she's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, meeting up with my instructor, that was extremely important. You know, it instilled a lot of resilience in me. You know, it helped me deal with the stresses in life. Because eventually my parents didn't really get along. It was kind of like a stressful environment sometimes, you know. They were very loving to me and my sister and did everything they could for us, but they sure as hell did not like each other.
Yeah.
That's stressful for a kid, and so
It is.
You know, it resulted in me fucking bucking up on people, fighting, and like just being a little aggro sometimes. But training martial arts, my instructor Jose Castro out in Georgia was like like a extremely important person in my life. Very intelligent guy, a good mentor, and taught me a lot. You know, like he was a wrestler already. He did judo, but it was like a taekwondo school. But we worked on everything. Like we were doing like MMA kind of before it really
doing
started
groundwork,
popping
stuff
off,
like
you
that.
know? Yeah. I mean, not super extensively, but yeah, that was a big advantage, big defining factor of my life. You know, kind of led me to meet a lot of great people like Freddie Bigg included. You know,
So I hear you guys had started training together. That's how you guys met, right?
Yeah,
In a gym?
Yeah. Met him through our boxing coach, Joey Rodriguez, like
Nice.
the dopest boxing coach I ever came into contact with. Like,
Hell yeah.
very elite. Like, I used to have to get up at like 3 a.m. to go meet that dude at 24 Hour Fitness when he was working there, and he'd like meet me up in the back room, and it's like, that's pretty early to have to meet at like 5 a.m. or whatever, but like it was so worth it.
Yeah.
And then homie hooked me up with Fred, who's like one of my favorite people, extremely important partner in life, and like very good dude, very solid, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think we've done right by each other consistently.
Sure.
Gonna continue to do that.
Yeah, he speaks very highly of you, man.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite people.
Hell
Bad dude too.
Love
you
that.
know? Guy fought in Bellator.
Yeah, he's badass too in the ring, bro. He's a fucking big boy, man.
Yeah. That's the
Smashing
thing with
heads.
big dudes too, man. Like, generally, I mean, it's like size doesn't matter to a point, but then
Yeah, to a point.
once you get like a highly skilled big dude, it's like, woo, watch out.
Yeah, watch out. Yeah.
Like, I had a student, man. The dude was giant. You know, he's like very giant. He could squat press 32 plates. And like at first we'd still be choking that fool out, and it was kind of funny because he'd like try to muscle out his shit, and you're like, nope. But then once he starts learning stuff, it's like, we have created a monster, man. Like, this guy, like, I don't know, like,
I'm not rolling with this
something
guy.
else, dude. Yeah, like, I wanted to be like, Fred, go take care of him, man. Like,
That's funny as shit, dude. Hell yeah. No, I love to hear it, man. Like, when martial arts comes into somebody's life at a point where they really needed it, man. They needed some discipline, some direction, some
everything.
guidance. And yeah, man, that's good, man. I remember the first time I got punched in my mouth. This dude knocked me smooth off my bike. I didn't know what to do. I started crying, and he just took my bike and started doing laps around me and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck that.
Just like, fuck, bro. And I was like 6, you know what I'm saying?
That is rough.
Yeah, it's rough, bro. Yeah, he was just sitting on my front tire, his hands on my handlebars, like, let me ride your bike. I'm like, nah, man. And he just knocked me out, you know what I'm saying?
Where was that?
Plainfield, New Jersey.
Okay.
It was in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah.
But my pops was into Shirin-Jaru karate. You know what I'm saying? He was a black belt, so he's like, all right, it's time, son.
Yeah, it's time,
It's
boy.
time. And then I started training from there on out. And I learned the foundations of fighting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, crucial. And that
Yeah.
blends into like once you get to that point where you're confident in being able to defend yourself, it opens up this whole realm of like where you're not like as afraid to be super compassionate, be yourself,
Yeah.
you know, be a little vulnerable. It's whatever. Like
Yeah.
I'm not worried about looking any particular way. I'm gonna be a nice person, and
Yeah.
if you try and take advantage of me or something like that, try and view that kindness as weakness, then you'll find something out.
You're gonna fuck
But,
around and
like,
find
yeah,
out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a big important part of it too, is it helped me just be myself, which generally I just want to like be nice to people.
Yeah.
you know?
Definitely, man. Be a good human.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
Be pretty critical of myself. So
Of course, bro. No, I know what you mean. The better you can fight, the more relaxed and chill and nice of a person you are.
Yeah.
Typically.
Mostly.
You know what I mean?
Usually.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many dope people that I met in martial arts.
Yeah.
That's why I'm appreciative of Sacramento. It allowed me to become who I am and basically do almost everything I ever wanted, Like I didn't become a champion or anything, but I trained with some of the best people in the world. I
Yeah.
have like friends who are highly skilled that I really respect, that I like shed blood with like many, many times.
Yeah.
And it's just like a kind of camaraderie that you build up
yeah.
with people like that, and this
Yeah.
respect that spreads out through a whole community,
It's a
proud of the
different-
team that I was on, like proud of being associated with Cesar Gracie and everyone that trained with him. Like, yeah, Sacramento gave me a lot. Met my wife,
Nice,
met all
bro.
the, I was able to like cultivate cannabis from an early time and not get
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
get messed with.
Yeah, right. Well, let me ask you this. Before you were at Sacramento, right? So I don't want to get too far ahead. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
started martial arts, right?
Yeah.
What grade are you at this point?
I think I was like 11 years old. So
Okay, cool. Okay. So high school goes on. When did the cannabis come into the picture?
Okay, so yeah, like Athens is a cool place. Have some kind of hippie fest, cool music festivals, dope people there. Like really, shout out Athens. Like I love you. Athens is dope. It's like a little gem in Georgia. And yeah, like there would be events, like there was the Human Rights Festival, like my mom would joke and call it the Human Blight Festival because it would like clog up the city and stuff. And it'd have all us dirty hippies around.
Oh yeah.
But
Damn hippies.
I remember like, I would see like petitions to legalize pot, and this was like before I even smoked weed, right?
No shit.
And, but I was doing research. Like I said, I go to the library a lot. I would get martial arts books, but then I'd also kind of be like, well, let's see about some mind-altering substances and what the real story is,
Oh, you're
and
a very
like,
curious kid.
yeah. And so I read about a lot of shit, and I was like, all right, it pretty much seems like, based on this kind of objective data from these books, like, kind of don't want to fuck with hard drugs. And I like the whole hippie vibe. I was always into, like Jimi Hendrix, what I
yeah.
mean? The Dead and Widespread Panic out of Athens. I just like that vibe, so I like looked into it. And then once it sparked my curiosity about like 14, 15, there was this bookstore in the square in Athens called Barnett's. And it was this cool situation where like, it was just a cool like old kind of store, like a candy / tobacco / like magazine store.
Okay.
I'd been there for a long ass time. Like the owner was always in there working. Like that's just what he did. He's a cool
Sure.
old dude. He like kick us down candy sometimes.
Cool.
And as I got older though, I'm like, let's check out these magazines back here, man. Okay, cool. Like this is cool. Oh, I see some pornographic material over
Titty
in the corner.
mags.
I ain't making it over there though. Like
Yeah.
he's got a eye on me, but like High Times, damn. So yeah, High Times, thank you. Like inspired me from early on.
No shit.
Like I opened that shit up, and right off the bat, like as soon as I start looking at like how it presents things, like it was obvious the emphasis was on, to me, what I saw was like there's a huge variety of cannabis.
Okay.
And they smell different ways and they affect you different ways, and looking at just the way they look was like really inspiring to me. Like I've been into plants my whole life. Like we've always had a garden, like flowers. I learned about flowers. My grandmother was actually like a daffodil breeder
Oh shit.
She like entered
wow.
daffodils into
Grandma.
competitions and shit. Like
What?
she wouldn't approve of the weed thing at all, man.
No
But like
doubt,
you know,
no
that's
doubt.
just generational. Like
Yeah, you know how that goes.
but yeah, I'm basically like I'm doing something similar. Like as soon as I saw that at like 14, 15 in Barnett's, I was like, this is fucking awesome. Like this plant seems dope as shit, and I gotta fucking try this out, man.
So you hadn't smoked prior to this?
No, I just was
Wow.
like this looks sick, and I know I want to do it. Like I know I want to do it, and yeah, who knows? There's probably like some subconscious variables in there too. I was
Sure.
looking for relief, man. Stressful
Yeah.
life, you know, like just could be rough, you know. Different perspectives. Like I grew up with my parents from the north, and I'm in Georgia, and there's fools saying some shit that I'm not really down with. So bang,
Yeah,
bang,
yeah,
bang.
Yeah, I feel it.
But yeah, I was really inspired by checking that out, and then I would sneak in there and try and check out the new mags eventually, because obviously I couldn't buy them.
Yeah.
Like put them in a different mag, you know,
Inside.
like slide it in the
Yeah,
different
yeah,
mag and be
yeah.
like, it's cool, I'm reading National Geographic, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
So then, you know, I just put the energy out there, like I got to get some weed, trying to try this out, man. So a homie, like way out in Comer, Georgia, like in the middle of fucking nowhere, this is backwoods as fuck. Somehow he put his feelers out, and some like, you know, older than us sort of country dude in a beat up pickup truck was like, yeah, I'll get you something. He was like probably 25 or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I could tell he's a little sketch about giving it to us.
Big-
He was like,
big
don't say
dog.
shit, you know?
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
yeah, it's cool, man. Of course I'm not saying shit. Like, so, and he's like, now be careful. This is some creeper. He came with this some,
The first time, it's a creeper.
this some creeper, man. So watch out. And it,
What's
dude,
up,
I don't know
homies?
what the fuck, but like, it really was like that. I smoked it, and at first I felt like nothing was happening, and then I was like, damn, am
Buckle
I
up.
relaxed and feeling good right now? Like, there is nothing wrong with this. Like, because
Yep.
I had snuck some like Jack Daniels at a wedding party one time
Yeah.
and got fucking hammered.
Yeah,
Because I had
dude.
no idea about it. I just snuck it from a table, like, you know, my fucking hippie family's having these parties, have a band, and fucking everybody brings
Yeah,
liquor these on the
dude.
table. Like, it gets dark out. I'm like,
Yeah,
up into a
yeah.
tree house, you know, and like me and my friend at the time, we acting all crazy, and I was like telling my babysitter, she was there, I was like, man, I love you so much, you're just the best. And she's like, are you fucking drunk? And I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe, you know. And she's like, yo, dude, like you just need to fucking be quiet because your parents are about to find out. And like the next day, dude, like I was just puking everywhere. My parents were like, yeah, we know about what, you know, you were fucking hammered, you little
know what
bastard.
you up to, you
like,
little fucker.
Yeah, exactly. So mow the big ass lawn that we never mow. Like we mow in front of the house, but
Yeah.
it was like this fucking lawn was like a big ass rectangle, probably like a half acre, and they're just like, get to mowing, homie. Like get to mowing. You just puke while you mow if you got to. So anyway, I was like, yeah, okay, weed
Fuck
is
this.
fucking awesome. Like I don't feel like shit. That's dope.
Yeah, right.
And I remember looking up at the trees, and I was like, oh man, I think I see some titties in the trees.
Everything's
like,
cooler, man.
morphing and stuff. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
So it was just a, you know,
How old were you?
good impression. I was like 15.
Were your parents cool with you smoking?
Hell no.
Hell no.
No. Yeah, I actually. Yeah, so then I started getting in trouble, man, because I was looking for weed, I was looking for psychedelics, and like one day in high school, I was a freshman, and like some dude, man, and I didn't even kick it with this dude that much. He was kind of a goofball. He'd like, you know, rock the like goth style, have the overcoat and stuff.
Oh,
like-
boy.
and he's like, I can get some acid. You want to go in on some? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I do, man. Like, I don't have that much money. Like, let me get a half hit.
Ooh, little $5 holler. Little,
Yeah,
how you
exactly. And so, like, it was cool. You know, I was fine chilling in school, like, tiny effect. And that fool decided to, like, go around to, like, some, you know, like, people that he shouldn't, like, these preppy girls, and, like, look at this on my tongue kind of shit, right? And boom, they you know, he gets in trouble.
Yeah.
No, like, I don't even know how this happened, man. This guy gets in trouble, and then he decides to say that, like, I bought some with him, and this other dude bought some with him.
What a
So we get
dickhead.
ratted out, and then I'm stuck, like, halfway tripping, getting interrogated by cops
Oh,
in my school.
God. How
You
was
know,
that
principals.
experience?
It was traumatic as fuck, man.
Yeah.
You know, but like that's part of my life. Like I've learned to kind of just deal with that shit. So, and martial arts helps with that, because like when you start scrapping, it's intimidating, and you just like fucking whatever. I feel some kind of way, but like I'm just moving through this.
Yeah,
like that's what it is. I can't change it, but I'm sure as hell not gonna let it stop what I need to do.
Yeah.
But like in that case, I just kind of had to like sit there and deal with it and like, you know, try to not say shit. Unlike homie.
I'm like, homie, you fucking rat.
For real.
You rat bastard.
So that got me in trouble, and then it was like a year later or some shit, like I came in smelling like weed, because I got like a sweet deal on it. Was some fucking bammer, you know, but I got a good deal on it.
Yeah, you did.
And I was like, yo, like, let's get together before class. I'm gonna roll up, like we'll smoke all that we fucking want, and then we'll, you know, go to school. A great idea, right?
Perfect. Perfect.
You know, in retrospect, as I'm speaking it, I'm like, fucking dumbass.
Had it coming, bud.
Yeah.
What's up, pizza fam? It's your boy JP, Good Pizza. Check this out. I'm getting a lot of questions on where I can find the fire Good Pizza. Check this out. We got you covered. We're in NorCal, SoCal, Central Valley, San Diego. We got you covered on the slices. Peep the list. Go check out the shop. Tell them Good Pizza sent you. Peace, love, Good Pizza.
So I was reeking. My intro to technology teacher was like, hey, I didn't know you smoked, man. And I was like, see, I thought he was talking about cigarettes. And I'm like, no, I don't smoke. Just some people in my car smoke cigarettes when I drive them to school sometimes, you know. And he's like, man, I'll be right back. And I was like, okay. And I don't know how the fuck. Dude, I think I had a pipe in my pocket.
Oh, that doesn't smell.
Right, and so I'm like, I gotta ditch this shit, but everyone in the class is kind of looking at me, because I already gotten in trouble that other time. So like I had this reputation for whatever. Like I got all A's in school, man. I was nice to everybody, like for the most part. Like all eyes on me in fucking Georgia. And so it's like I was like, damn, I'm not gonna be able to get rid of this pipe. I asked my homie like, yo, can you go throw this in the trash for me? And he's like, sorry. I'm like, oh, thanks, dog.
Thanks, bro.
But I get it. I'm glad he didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm glad his life didn't get ruined, you know, in retrospect. I'm glad that I didn't do that. So then, suspended for a whole fucking year.
Damn,
because of that.
Bro, what fucking year was this?
This was in the late 90s. Like, I graduated on time with my class despite all this shit happening, because I had good grades.
What year you graduate?
99.
Okay. You're 2 years ahead of me. Yeah.
99.
I was 01.
Yeah.
Word, bro. Yeah, it was fucking rough back then, especially in Georgia.
No, they were not fucking around. It was like a prison, man. And they were just constantly
sir.
watching me, you know, constantly watching me. So, yeah, that was rough, but also, traumatic. And like, well, what do I need? I didn't need any psych meds. I just needed some more weed and to chill with my friends.
Yeah, man.
Do well in school, do well in martial arts, like live my life, not be fucked with.
Basic shit.
But yeah, that wasn't the case. And so, didn't matter though. I was still hustling.
Oh, you were hustling at the time too?
Yeah, always. Like,
shit.
you know, I didn't like being poor, man. I'm fucking trying to hustle and get
That's
up
why I
out this
started
bitch
hustling,
too.
bro.
Like, I didn't want to be in Georgia anyway. So I was like,
So when you start trapping, bro?
yeah, early on. Like,
Early on?
you know, it's just like people were like, hey, I hear you can get this. You know, it's not like I was some kind of like pusher or anything.
Yeah.
I just was like,
You had it.
people knew I had it, and so I got it. And like, it was cool. I met up with some people who knew I was straight and would help me with the connections, and
That's what's up.
yeah, so it was like psychedelics and weed.
Nice, bro.
And
At this point, you're still living at that one spot?
not the little shacky spot. You know, we upgraded to a double wide.
There you
Got
go.
ourselves a double wide.
Yeah, a little double wide, the trailer park.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
All right.
trailer park. They were always
Okay,
kind of
my
like
fault,
their own
Flair. My
situation.
fault.
Man, some of the homies in
Just
the
on a
trailer
plot of
park were
land.
rugged. This one kid,
Yeah.
like when I would ride the bus, he would just like, he'd sit in the back and just like spit loogies over the bus and let it hit whoever it hit. And one day that shit hit me, and I'm a fucking like kind of a band nerd. I had like a trumpet, and I was like, that's it, motherfucker. Like, you know, I'm coming to whoop that ass. And I was literally thinking about, because he's in the back of the bus, I was like, I'm going to open the bus door and I'm going to kick you out of it like Sparta style. Granted, that movie
let's
hadn't come
go.
out yet, but, you know, I was like,
Yeah.
Sparta your ass.
Leonidas
dude,
show ass,
right out the
boy.
back of the bus. But then his like 19-year-old brother, who was still in fucking school riding the bus, was like, I wouldn't do that. And I was like, all right then.
All right, big homie, you got that.
I'm like, I see you, dude. Don't ever do that shit again. That kid ended up going to prison for murder. The kid that spit in my hair. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
No shit.
That was crazy.
It's funny how things shake out.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't,
Yeah.
definitely wouldn't wish that on them. But yeah. So we upgraded a little bit.
Nice, bro.
It was cool. I remember a lot of conflict there because I was like getting in trouble, But luckily I still pulled off graduating on time, and I was hustling the whole time, like after high school too. Like there was like a year where I stuck around because I had one homie who, this little hair floating around. I had this one homie who, like, I was asking everybody, like, let's move to Cali, man. Fuck Georgia. Like, you guys go to college out there. My English teacher was encouraging me. She's like, you should go to California because their college system, especially like community college, you can go for basically free, and it's like a really good educational system, which I actually did end up doing. Like, American River College is dope.
Nice, bro.
I don't have like an elite kind of diploma or anything, but it was really good.
Good. Whatever works for you,
Yeah.
Whatever works.
So yeah, my homie came out with me, waited a year, like just saved up my money, bought this dope ass 73 Buick LeSabre.
Let's go.
Midnight black, all chrome, had the like Prager Star wires and banana and mayonnaise Vogue tires on there.
Okay.
Got some subs in there.
The Vogues, okay.
Yeah, man, it was dope. Like I got it from, he's like an old player, like, but he could, I was always into cars, classic cars, work on cars with my dad, and he got me some dope ones too before that. Like I had a deuce and a quarter, you know what that is? Like it was like a 76 Buick Electra.
Yeah.
Shit just like floated like a magic carpet, and it was huge.
Deuce and a quarter.
And the windows roll down, there's nothing in between, so it was this cool vibe of like openness, and like I could just fit tons of people in there. My dad for graduation got me like brand new 454, put it in there, and like it was kind of, it didn't look that dope, but I smashed on some fools a few times. Or I like pull up next to the light and they're like, kind of like beige, like dirty beige looking.
Yeah, dirty beige.
Wop, wop, wop. Okay,
Hello.
that's right, you got smoked. But yeah, I fucked that one up, and so I had to get the LeSabre, and it was a fun ride out until we hit Sturgis. And I didn't even know Sturgis was going on. My dad was a motorcycle guy.
Oh, Sturgis was going on.
It was going on, like, 'cause we come out in the summer.
Shit.
Yeah, we came out in the summer of like 2000, I believe, and
that's such an interesting annual festival. Would you call it?
Yeah.
Motorcycle festival. It's so crazy. It's such a small town, and so
yeah,
many
and then it
people
just
go
blows up.
there.
Just blows up. Yeah. And the cop even was like, "Come on, man, you're like rolling in this car, some young dudes like bumping your bass. Like, of course I'm gonna pull you over." I was like, okay, that's why I got pulled over. Okay.
Right.
And he was like, it was like, look, you can either tell me about the pot that I know you got in your car, or I'm going to get the dogs, and then when we find it, we're going to send you to jail. He's like, if you just tell me you got it, then I'm going to write you a paraphernalia ticket and send you on your way. And I was like, well, and meanwhile, my homie's up in the front seat, like, probably trying to stash the weed, but it wasn't very well stashed. They were going to find it for sure, because we had it up front with us. And so, I just was like, we got to give it to him, man. Because we had shrooms stashed in the trunk, too.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, if they find those, like, that's kind of major back then. Like,
Yeah,
a lot of trouble for the mushrooms.
Hell yeah, for hallucinogens?
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, and you should have seen this motherfucker's face when he opened up the jar. He was like, damn.
Well, damn, boy.
He looked over at his partner and was like, damn. They didn't throw that shit out.
What's the over-under they kept that?
Yeah, 100%. They fucking saved that shit for sure. You should have seen his fucking dumb face, man. Because we were slinging weed to make money to get out here. And, like, we could get a lot of dank in Athens, man, like, back
Really?
then. You wouldn't think it. People,
bro?
Just connections. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people in that town who are just different than you would expect.
Yeah.
Like homies that owned a skate shop they moved out before me to Humboldt, and
What the fuck is Athens, bro? I gotta look this shit up.
it's where the University of Georgia is. The Bulldogs, go Dogs!
Dogs.
They got Ugga the mascot, the bulldog.
Athens, Georgia.
But yeah, there were dudes that like were growing fucking hydro in Athens
No
in the
shit.
90s, and like they knew what strains they had too, and so we could actually like early on, like that was my interest from the beginning. I would always be like, what type of weed is this? And they'd be like, I don't know, man, con bud. That was always disappointing. You know, swag was swag,
Yeah.
and I smoked a lot of that bullshit.
Oh yeah, you did. That's a fact.
Got good at fucking separating seeds, which eventually translated over well. Like,
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
separate these babies.
Not far from Atlanta. Was that an hour out?
Yeah, like
Oh,
real
so
close
that's
to
a
Atlanta.
hub. Okay, this all makes sense now.
Yeah,
Atlanta's
exactly.
a huge fucking hub.
Right. Lots
Gotcha.
of people around, man. Like heavy
Yeah, I had
population.
good time in the A in my
Yeah.
upbringing. Yeah,
A lot of
my
good
homie
people
G was
there.
down there. My bro Ills before he passes down there, and yeah, we used to go down there and get busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
A lot of
cool.
good. I used to go. I just went there for
Cool
like a lot
city.
of shows, like a lot of
Yeah,
music shows and stuff. Saw some cool bands
nice.
there. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. One time I made it from Atlanta to Athens in 35 minutes in this 750 IL that I was allowed to borrow for a couple weeks. I had a
Okay.
supercharged V12 and
God damn.
dropped homie off at the airport, and he's like, see how fast you can take her. And I'm like, this fool doesn't know who he's dealing with.
Oh,
But okay,
man.
thanks, man.
Shake and bake.
Wop, wop. Like
Yeah.
150 miles an hour. Like felt
See
like
ya.
I was riding like 60 miles an hour. Like,
Damn, bro.
it was just, because Atlanta usually was a strike. Like it, it felt long going there from Athens, but
No doubt.
not that day.
Yeah, not that.
But yeah, Athens had a lot. We had a lot of good weed, and we get it like shipped out sometimes too from Colorado or
You guys were catching packs. Cool.
Humboldt. Eventually, people were out there that were ahead of us, and you get some stuff sent out.
Nice. Nice. So the cops got your jar.
Yeah.
What happens? They take the jar, you walk with the shrooms,
Yep.
then off to California?
Yeah. Well, this is funny too. So yeah, no weed. And we went through the Black Hills and the Badlands, and then Yellowstone. It's like we wanted to stop in Yellowstone.
Hell yeah.
No weed, just shrooms. Stop at Yellowstone, set up the campsite hella late, getting it set up in the dark. All right,
Oh.
let's take some shrooms.
Yeah, hey.
No fucking weed to chill with.
Yeah.
And like, it was okay. And I'm like chopping at like fucking trees that were not really burnable, trying to start a fire.
Yeah,
you
super
know, I
live
was
trees,
unprepared,
yeah.
like doing that. I was just bitching about that when we were like coming down from Tahoe looking at a place, and this like a friend of mine that was with me was like, oh, it looks like a beaver was eating into that tree. I'm like, no, it's just some drunk asshole like chopping into the tree, hoping to get some firewood.
Yeah.
It's late at night, just like my dumb ass did.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
I know those marks.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, hear like wolves howling in the distance.
Not good.
Like,
Yeah, not good while you're tripping.
yeah, it just wasn't the best. It's like, all right, let's the fuck out of here and just get to California, man. And so like, as soon as we get into California, I get pulled over again. And the dude's like, where's the fucking weed, motherfuckers? We're
Oh,
like, bro, they took our weed in South Dakota, man. Like, we don't have any weed,
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, well, let me see your mouth. Open your mouth. And like, to the dude that was with me, and he's like, your mouth looks dry. Are you on methamphetamines? And we were like kind of like, what's methamphetamines?
Yeah.
And I like read about it a little bit, but like,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
no, we're not on methamphetamines, man. It's weird. I don't think we would have seemed like it either. But yeah, so he just I think he just let us go.
There's a lot of tweaks down there in Yellowstone.
Probably.
Yeah, there is.
I
for
mean,
sure.
yeah, and
first
well,
time, yeah, I
NorCal. This was
bumped into
NorCal. This was like we made it into
Oh, you
California,
made it. Gotcha,
right
gotcha,
into the
gotcha.
top of California.
Okay.
And he was like, "What's up, Georgia plates? Like, what you doing?"
Of course.
Yeah, that's what it was too. The Georgia plates.
OT plates,
yeah.
bro. Come on now.
Yeah. So yeah, he let us go, and then we finally fucking made it to Humboldt, and we're like, oh, weed and cool people.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck.
Finally, dude, this is where I'm trying to get. Hell yeah. So many cool people there. Like, I really appreciated like being allowed to stay at our friend's house, and like they introduced us to some dope cats. Some of the guys that were ahead of us from Athens that moved out there, and they already had like established farms and shit. It was like an honor to go to those farms during that time,
Yeah.
because it was even in Cali, it was still a little sketch back then.
No
you
doubt.
know, you got a big ass farm full of outdoor. You're not gonna want everybody to show up.
Yeah.
So I was honored to be able to check out some of those farms, and yeah, we got some beans from some cool ass older hippie people with some nice like shepherd wolf dogs, which was cool because I had some of those in Georgia. And eventually, like, the homies kicked us out because the one dude I came out with started calling my other homie's dog gay for some reason. And it was just to, like, fuck with him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, call him gay one more time, and you're fucking out of here.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, your dog's gay. And he's like, get the fuck out. I'm like, God damn it, guys. Like, it was so chill.
Yeah,
And
you
now,
just
like,
had
I
to
guess it's
fucking-
time for us to go. So let's fucking get to Sac.
Ah.
And in Sac, it was crazy. Like, so
What year was this? Around
2000.
2000? Cool.
Yeah, like my instructor, and it was a cool thing. Like, my instructor in Georgia's like, man, you're so good. Like, you should go to Cali. You should go teach and train at, like, my master's school, which was just like this kind of cool kung fu movie type of vibe where it's like,
Yeah.
you have progressed and now you must train with my master.
Yeah.
You know,
That is
it
some
was
kung
like-
fu movie shit,
yeah.
bro.
And he, you know, like, my instructor out in Georgia, like I said, he was dope. We were doing mixed martial arts early on. He would fly people out who were specialists, like judo guys, wrestlers, hapkido guys, like kickboxers, all types of people. Cesar Gracie, that's how I met him. I met him when I was like 15 years old because he flew him out to our school, you know? And so, and he would fly his instructor out to our school to, like, teach us. Because he's like a humble dude. He's like, I know I don't know everything, and I'm going to, like, source dopeness for all you guys.
Nice.
And so it made a good connection for me to come out here. And I already had it set up. I was going to become, you know, an instructor, eventually head instructor at his school, Wade Vieira.
Oh, shit.
He was like a 10-time karate champion, accomplished kickboxer, like, and one of the first dudes who was like, yo, jiu-jitsu's fucking important and the Gracies are the shit. So he was like already a purple belt by the time I came out to teach. Supposedly he had an RV I was going to be able to stay in until I found a spot, and it was like, nah, the RV ain't ready. You can stay in the back room if you want in the school. And I'm like, well, I'm out here like with my homie. I'm definitely not trying to just like live in a single room with a homie. That's pretty whack.
Yeah.
Even by myself, that would be pretty whack.
Yeah.
And granted, I was like, you know, a scrub, but I still felt a little like disrespected. You know,
Sure.
could have just told me get my own fucking shit.
Yeah, before I came, right?
Yeah. So then it was like, luckily that dude's great aunt and uncle like gave us a place to stay for like 2 months. I'll always be grateful to those people.
Oh, nice, bro. Help you
know,
get on your feet.
Sacramento, like I said, always giving me what I need. Those people, I appreciate them, man. There's some really nice older folks.
Nice, man.
And like they, yeah. So gave us time to find a spot. Found this like shitty little spot. This apartment is like the only like ghetto spot in all of Fair Oaks.
Oh, no
You know what I mean?
shit.
Think about Fair Oaks.
Fair Oaks, nice.
You know, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it is.
But this apartment complex wasn't.
Not so nice.
So we move into this spot, and I swear to God, man, like we're looking on the floor, and it looks like a blood stains on the floor, and we're like, I'll overlook that shit. We're just trying to get into a spot, man. Like I'm tired of imposing on
Yeah.
the great aunt and uncle.
No
Like,
doubt.
you know what I mean? Like they were like feeding us dinner all the time, man. I just appreciate those people.
Nice.
So we took the apartment and we move in, and homie across the street is like, yo, I just wanted to meet you guys, like, and it seems like you be smoking a lot of weed on the deck. That's dope. I like to smoke, but just so you know, my best friend just got murdered here selling weed. That's what the blood
fuck?
stain is. He's like, I'm having some trauma just fucking sitting here right now on the
Oh,
couch because this is where
shit.
my boy was found dead. And I was like, whoa.
Coming in hot, buddy.
Okay.
Thank
well, you know, but yeah,
The heads
being
up.
the fucking goofballs that we were like, whatever. Still slinging weed,
Still slinging weed.
growing weed in the back closet. Like,
Oh, shit.
They had a big ass like closet for an apartment. Like it was a big walk-in closet
Yeah.
in my room. And so we just set that up and popped our beans from Humboldt and got started. And like then we
Nice,
just started
bro.
growing really good fucking weed right there. And we were selling it, and then eventually we're able to like clubs and people.
No doubt.
You know? But like getting hooked up with the clubs early on was good. Like started a good little rep for both of us.
Is your boy still rocking with you, this guy that we're talking
No, I'm
about?
not going to talk about it. I'm not going to say his name.
No
or
doubt,
anything.
no doubt.
Kind of responsible for some bad shit that happened eventually.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt,
yeah.
no doubt. Just got me curious about this.
I wish him the
mystery,
best
bro.
though.
No
No
doubt.
doubt. Like
For sure.
I wish him. I hope he's doing well. But
doubt.
pull some shit. It's over.
No doubt.
So we eventually were able to get our own spots, thank God. Or no, actually no. The next spot we got, we're still together. We were like kind of, like, it's just like having roommates in college, you know what I mean?
Bump heads, bro.
Yeah,
You live with
it's just
another
like
human, you're gonna bump heads, bro.
Yeah, and
period.
then,
You fuck who it is.
I'm fucking going hard, like training hard every day. Apparently he would like derogatorily refer to me as the Karate Kid or some shit, but like, yeah, I'm the Karate Kid, motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck you
That's
up
right.
too. You know what I'm saying?
So when we moved into this house, this is a spot in like Antelope, kind of over off like, Antelope and 80, like right over near there.
Yeah.
And it had like a big ass backyard. And the landlord was like, yeah, this is a pretty good spot to grow weed. I grew weed here. And we're like, oh shit. Well, that's the vibe we're looking for. Like, let's go then. Let's go. You know? So we set that motherfucker up. We're growing in the garage, organic soil under HPS. And then in the back room, we had the Aero 60, dude. We rocked the Aero 60, like aeroponics.
Nice.
And
that's always so trippy to watch the root system and the aeroponics, bro.
It's nuts. It's nuts what they do, man. We would
blows
always.
My mind. Can you explain to the audience what that is, just in case somebody doesn't know?
Yeah, so it's like it has no substrate. It has, you're not using rock wool or cocoa or soil. The roots are just constantly being misted by a relatively nutrient dense solution, and it's just highly effective because the roots are exposed to so much oxygen, and that's part of the respiratory process of the plant, photosynthesis. It's a variable in that equation. And it's vigorous growth. And we were relative noobs, so it was just like boom, the Aero system would just like blow up. We would always veg too much and then hit flower, and they would like triple in size, and we're like having to bend them over and shit.
Yeah.
But it was a cool little situation. And then this was, I guess, like around 2008 when the bubble was about to hit, the real estate bubble.
Oh, that bubble.
Oh, we were making bubble hash. Yeah,
so
and BHO.
That hit before 2008.
We were like open blasting some BHO way back then.
Yeah, you were.
Like some dumbasses.
The 2008 crash, I remember that very well.
So the landlord's like, yo, buy this crib. Like, I'll sell it to you. And it was like...
you can get a loan. All you need is an ID.
Yeah, it's not the dopest house, man. It was okay. But, at the time, it was probably worth like $125, $150. He's trying to sell it to me for $250. And I'm like, yo, I'm like young and in my 20s, but this, I already know what you're trying to do. I'm not going to... I was like... But I tried to lead him on. I'm like, maybe we'll buy it, like... just let us finish harvest. You know what we do. You know what we're doing. And he's like, I can't wait. Like, and if you're not going to buy it, I need to bring a real estate agent over, and we're going to start like prepping the house to get sold. I'm like, just give me a few months. It was like in the summer. I'm like, give me like 2-3 months. I'll pay you double rent too.
Yeah.
Like, I'll pay you double rent.
Yeah,
just let me hang out until harvest. Bro. The backyard was blown the fuck up.
Yeah.
Blown the fuck up. Like, I mean, it was going to be like
you guys
fucking, I don't even know, but it was going to be like it's going to be like a box.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
And, inside was rocking too.
Inside, outside, let's go.
So he shows up.
Sacramento style.
Damn right. We were cool with the neighbors. We were giving them cuts. Like one time the neighbor looked over the fence and was like, oh, what's up? Y'all growing? He's like, I thought or no, he saw us out front and he said something about weed. And I'm like, what? We're trying to kind of keep to ourselves even though we're blowing it up. Like, and then he's like, oh, I just figured you looked at my plants. And I'm like, I'm not in the habit of looking over fences,
No doubt.
That's not my thing at all. I'm not Snoopy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we ended up being cool with people. We, gave people plants all over the place. And then it was just like the block started to spread out. It was cool.
Was it Antelope?
Yeah.
Yeah, Antelope, North Highlands area.
Exactly.
Back then it was just blowing fucking backyards out, bro.
Yep. Funny story, the partner at the time, helicopter flew over. Mm-hmm. It was for a domestic, right? He didn't know that. He walks out of the house with his fucking hands up.
Oh my
God. It was like the funniest fucking shit.
Oh my, and they didn't get him?
Nah, they didn't even, I doubt they even saw, like, they were like 3 houses over,
Damn.
We were just so paranoid. It was like, and with good reason, because landlord came in with the fucking realtor. And you should have seen these fools, like, they went
from... The real peep shit?
They went from, like, white boys to like ghost boys. Like they just were like, like faces turned white, like just like they were like, damn. Like we had weed drying in the closet. They walked in the garage like, what is this? We had it like built out with like Panda plastic and like zip doors and shit. Like, whoa. And I'm like, I thought you told us you grew in the garage. Like, we just growing in the garage. And they're looking outside like, oh my God.
How are we going to prep this house?
Yeah, so they left, right? And then he's like, I'm sorry, Russell. He called me. He's like, I'm sorry, but I had to call the DEA on you. And I'm like, you had to call the what on me? The what? The who, motherfucker?
Fuck,
God damn.
Dude.
So then it was like code red.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We're just like, okay, fucking emergency. Like, this was going to change our lives. Like, this was going to be, because we had, we were growing good weed and we were about to pull a lot and we had clubs that were expecting it. Like, it was going to work out decent.
You got good paper for weed back then, bro.
Yeah, man, it was going to help me level up to the next level. And instead it's like, boom, chop everything fucking down. We got like a load of premature weed. And this is funny. So,
what week and flower are you in?
Man, it was probably like 6. So like barely transitioning hairs. There was some trichomes, but so yeah, we harvested all of that shit, and I had a Dakota long bed truck at the time, and just loaded all that shit into the back of the truck with a tarp over it. It was like hundreds of wet pounds, right? And it looked like a landscaping truck, like full of
after
branches.
A full day.
Yeah. And so I take it down to Midtown where my girlfriend at the time was living.
Midtown, nice.
Nice little triple level apartments.
Okay.
3 levels. We were on the top level, so I had to take this massive, like hundreds of pounds bale on a dolly up in the elevator, and it barely fit through the elevator door. It consumed the entire fucking elevator space. And I make it up there, drag it out, and like the girl was like, she was hyped on this big ass walk-in closet that she had for all her clothes, and I was like, sorry, that's not happening yet. Like, this is where the weed's going. And so then it was hilarious for like a couple weeks. I'd be like walking through the apartments, probably gonna go ride my bike. That's fucking awesome. I love Sac. I love downtown Sac, riding your bike under the trees. It's just like
so fun.
So nice, man. So many good places to eat all throughout the years. They change, but I mean, Sac's fucking dope.
Hell yeah, bro.
So yeah, I remember hearing people be like, man, it smells like weed in the apartments. People just be like, that is crazy. Like someone's got some dank or something. And,
holy shit, bro.
So then, yeah, I mean, it wasn't even worth it. It was like preemie weed, barely salvageable. Probably should have just maybe hashed it, but we didn't really have like the space because we got kicked out of the house. So. Yeah.
You guys straight up got kicked out of there, huh?
Yeah, dude, because whatever.
DA,
I have a conscience. I still went and, if I was ever any house that I only grew in another one house after that. No, actually a couple, but I always take care of them.
Yeah, who's counting?
I take care of them though, man. I build them out and I make sure it's exactly as it was when I left. So that little bastard who called the DEA on me is like, can you help me clean the house? And I'm like, fucking fine, asshole. But like,
got some balls, pal.
For real. Before that, we were waiting around for the DEA because it was like, all right, we chopped everything down. We got our scripts.
Think he really called?
Did he really?
You think he really called?
Yeah, because check it out. So we were waiting for like 2 weeks for like, just show up so we can get the stress off our shoulders, And we'll be like, yeah, we were growing and we have scripts for it, but it's gone now anyway, so whatever. But they did show up. Like, we went and got dinner, and then we get a call from the neighbor who's like, yep, black trucks just pulled up.
Ooh. It's no good.
Fools hopped out, and they just looked over your fence, and then they bounced. So that was that.
Okay, so that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never heard anything else about it, thankfully.
Yeah, bro.
So then I was able to, that was a rough time. Because I wasn't getting along with that girl. We were not a match.
Okay.
And, I got...
You fucked up her closet, bro.
I'm an asshole for doing that anyway.
You had that coming,
But,
bro.
we just...
You don't fuck with a woman's closet, you know that.
Yeah, I know. I fucked up big time, dude.
Well, you were a young gunner, bro. You didn't give a fuck about no closet.
It's true. I was trying to hustle, man.
Box, man.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Exactly. Dude, doing what I gotta do.
Hell yeah.
But I got out of there, and then I slept on the, because it was terrible. She was getting violent, man. She tried to kill me. She tried to wreck us in a fucking car. Like,
no.
She was like, you know, we were coming back from a party, some of my fight homies, which all of them were like, man, she ain't the one.
Yeah, when all the homies are telling you.
Yeah, exactly.
We've all had that one.
But I felt stuck, you know. I was young, and I easily, like, manipulated and just feel bad for people and don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
But, you know, in reality, you're hurting people's feelings over a longer time if you're staying in a bad relationship.
Yeah.
Doing everybody justice by ending it when it's supposed to end, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we're coming back from that party, and she was just like, you don't love me. She's drunk. She grabbed the wheel, tried to wreck me into an overpass.
Oh my God, bro.
It was wild. I was going like 80. She was like, woo. And it was the only time I've ever like hit a woman. I just like had to smack her back off the wheel to save my life.
Self-defense.
You know, I didn't like,
This
it wasn't
isn't
hard or anything. I just was like, get the fuck off the wheel. You know?
Oh, man.
And then another time she like raged out, smashed her arm on the wall, broke her fucking arm. And then it was like the opposite of like, you know, male domestic abusers where it's like, you got to say you fell down the stairs. She was like, you got to tell people I fell down the stairs and broke my arm. I was like, okay. I mean, how about I just bounce?
Yeah.
So I fucking just got my shit and like packed it up in my truck and bounced one day to homie's house where he was living with his girlfriend at the time. Let me sleep on the floor for like a month next to the cat litter box. That was fucking good times.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, good times, good times.
You got a great come up story. I just want to point that out as you're talking.
Thanks,
Continue.
brother. Thank you. I mean, I guess. I mean, some of it was, you know, could have done without.
It's not fun while it's happening, but it's a great fucking story when you look back, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I hope anyone else out there that's dealing with the struggle, like, just don't give up. And I mean, I'm still hustling now. Like, I haven't reached where I'm trying to get yet, and I'm never going to stop until I get there. And like, yeah, shit gets sketch, gets stressful, but the only thing that guarantees that you fail is like you giving up, you know?
That's right, bro.
Just like fighting, you know, it's like a lot of times, man, my dopest fucking victories in training were when I thought for sure I was just about to get murdered. Someone's crushing me and I think I'm going to fucking, you know, like they're going to get me. Maybe they're pounding on me. Maybe they're about to submit me. And you just are like, fuck that. I'm not giving up, dude. I'm not giving up. And then that's when you get the victory a lot of time, you know? And it's the best victory. Feels the best when you're like, you almost had me. I got you.
Yeah, for sure.
So same shit. Yeah. So then I finally, you know, luckily I had been building my credit still, despite all that shit happening. I got into a decent house by myself, and then...
Nice, bro. What year was this?
It was probably 2004, 2003, 2004, something like that. And moved over to another area in Antelope, not far from that other spot. Okay. And built out the garage. Didn't do anything outside because I was like not trying to draw any attention. And yeah, I was experimenting with a lot of different grow styles in that garage. I did some like deep water culture, you know, ebb and flow, just playing with everything. So I was interested in all these different methods. And I always did like organics, like the idea of cultivating the, you know, flora in the rhizosphere. It's like a cool concept of thinking about promoting the growth of these microbes that do a lot of like nutrient modulation for you. It's like a little more passive. It's a cool method. And then, you know, hydroponics are cool too because with the right numbers, you plug them in and you get very good results by running a tight, consciously executed nutrient regimen, you know, versus relying on microbes. They're both effective, you know. But in that garage, that was when I was doing some hydro, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to fill these fucking trays up with some heady soil and dry amendments, and I'm going to add earthworms. Nice. And I was like, it was like 2004 or so. And I was just amazed at the results I got. So it wasn't called no-till. It wasn't called living soil.
Right. Some heady dirt. You said some heady ass
dirt and a bit, and you know,
little top dress.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and even at one point, like I used panda plastic as a mulch layer. Okay. Which, you know, they do that in ag, but I'm like, it was cool because any like leaves that fell off or whatever, I could easily pull out and keep it nice and clean. Yeah. But I remember taking a picture of some like mycorrhizae under the plastic, and I was still kind of new to this, and I'm like, whoa, here's some mold. So I wonder, I posted on Breed Bay, and people were like, yo, your plant's about to die, dog. That doesn't look so good. That's some fucking heavy mold. But then that's when I kind of was like, learned that online advice isn't always legit. There's some dudes just spitting bullshit.
Yeah.
That was like heady mycorrhizae.
Yeah.
Growing in my substrate to perfection.
Good communication going on in the soil.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about having that linked substrate and the ectomycorrhizae like connecting to each other.
Yeah.
And like transferring nutrients from one plant to another that's deficient. Like that's just so cool to have it linked up, you know?
Yeah, bro. Like, can you dive into that just a little bit? Try to break it down in layman's. I know what you're talking about, but maybe try to break it down in layman's terms for the audience, because you're getting real heady.
Yeah, so there's like
real grower shit.
There's a wide range of like beneficial funguses and bacterias and nematodes that exist in the rhizosphere, which is like just the root zone where your roots are. And some are endomycorrhizae, they go inside the roots. Some are ectomycorrhizae, they exist on the outside of the roots. And hopefully I get a little dyslexic sometimes. Hopefully I'm not getting them mixed up. But, fundamentally what's important is that these funguses connect to the roots, and not just the roots of one plant, but the roots to multiple plants, and can create a sort of interlinked, harmonious system between plants as like a network of fungus connecting them. And the fungus trades root exudates, which are like sugars that come from the plant's roots, for modulated nutrients. And it's interlinked. It's not an individual plant. It's like whatever is touching that mycorrhizae is going to get the benefits of modulated nutrient distribution. And not just nutrients, like moisture too. So it's like, it's kind of cool because if you have like a section that's drying out quicker than this section, that plant's still generally rocking.
Unreal, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's amazing. It's amazing. If anybody wants to like really learn about it, there's a book called Teaming with Microbes by Jeff Lowenfels. And like that was what kicked me up to the next level with my knowledge of like consciously cultivating these microorganisms that are beneficial to the plant in the rhizosphere. Like, kind of teaches you about like what they actually do fundamentally, and teaches you how to make certain microbial teas that are beneficial to certain circumstances. Like say trees, I believe, like a slightly more fungal dominated tea, and then like annual plants, like a little more bacterially dominated tea.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. And the way you brew addresses those two separate sets of microorganisms, because it's like bacteria, they like a little longer time to be propagated inside the solution as it's aerated, because generally what we're doing is propagating aerobic bacteria, like that's the goal in these teas, is aerobic bacteria that's oxygenated. Because if you let it not be oxygenated, it's going to get anaerobic, which is like the stinky stuff that you smell, like rotting materials, But these ones that are aerobic, when you smell them, you smell the tea or you smell the dirt where they're abundant. It's just that you're like, this is heady dirt. That smell when you're like, this is fucking good dirt. It does not smell rotten. It smells like soil.
Yeah.
Those
rich soil.
Yeah, that's what you're cultivating. Those bacteria, and they feed off of sugar. But then when you add the fungus to this solution, it's staying aerated. The fungus actually doesn't eat the sugar as much as it does proteins. And so that's why your tea solution is going to have a lot of sugar, but it's also going to have some like fish emulsion and guanos that have a degree of like proteins, amino acids for the fungus to feed on. And you add the like you could brew your bacteria for like 24 hours, even longer sometimes, depending on the temperature and all that. But the mycorrhizae you want to add later. Like you give it like 6 hours, because if it's exposed to that heavy oxygenation for longer than like 6-8 hours, then you'll start diminishing the ratio of the fungus that you have in that tea solution. So it's like a timing thing. It's like bacteria, bubble in it, mycorrhizae, fungus at the end, and then feed it.
No shit. And you whipping this per feeding? Or do you get a big resi,
I would do
whip
like
it, and then
yeah.
X amount of feedings out of that until it's empty?
Yeah, like, you know,
No
you
doubt.
could get a couple days use out of it.
Guess it depends on how big your resi is,
Yeah.
how big your garden is.
Yeah.
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 No doubt.
You can actually water it down too. Like if you know, if anybody gets that book and starts
A little
making
too
the
hot?
teas, it's like, it won't get hot, but it's just the microbes are so potent.
Yeah. Gotta
And
cut it.
they spread themselves out really well anyway once
Gotcha.
they hit the substrate. If there's stuff for them to feed on,
Okay.
then they're going to take off. So you can dilute it and just kind of like inoculate your substrate too. But I would always just do like the full
No
dose.
Hell yeah. Very interesting, my friend. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We're going to take a quick break. What's up, guys? Just want to take a quick second to shout out my sponsors over at Grove Bags. Listen, Grove Bags are hands down the best way to store your cannabis. Forget jars, forget Mylars. Nobody does it like Grove Bags. Listen, it's a 6-layer non-static bag. State-of-the-art technology. It's going to keep your weed fresher for longer. It keeps your cannabis between 58 and 62% humidity at all times, the optimal humidity to store cannabis. It's going to increase your shelf life, help prevent mold, weight reduction. Hands down, it's the best product out there. We don't use anything but Grove Bags at Good Pizza. And especially if your product is in stores, we all know there's some shelf life issues at the stores. This is going to keep your product lasting longer on those shelves. So when your customer goes to try it, it's going to be fresh cannabis. Listen, if you want to store your cannabis the proper way, use Grove Bags. Use promo code PIZZA with 3 Z's. That's PIZZZA. Tell them Good Pizza sent you. So yeah, it sounds like you were able to learn all these different methods of growing in this garage. Like,
Yeah,
that's
it was a very
fucking dope,
peaceful
bro.
sitch. I had some real good neighbors. Like I was,
Yeah.
you know, I took care of all my neighbors, man. I helped
Yeah.
them out whenever they needed anything, and like lent money to them and stuff. Like this one particular, yeah, they're just a dope family. Like good people right next to me, and they just kind of
That's cool,
took care of them. They didn't give me any static for what I was doing, and they even taught their kids martial arts for a little while.
Nice, bro.
Yeah,
Over
yeah,
and
so-
above as a neighbor. I like it.
Yeah, it's the way to be, especially when you're
course.
growing. You know, get on there, and a lot of times people are like, "Oh, well, maybe you don't want them to know you grow if they're into it, and you like,
Yeah.
get bothered a little too much."
Yeah, no doubt. No. Hey, you got anything, bud?
Yeah, like after them, a new dude moved in, and he was like a pretty like big white dude, like bald hair, like obvious prison tats and stuff, and he
Yeah.
was just like, "Hey Russ, you want to come hit these cookies?" He'd be like smoke. He'd just like sit out on the front porch and hit his bong, you know. And I was like, kind of hesitant, you know, because I just, you know, like I said, if
It
someone
opens the
smokes
door.
weed and then they know you are growing
Yeah.
weed, then it could just be an issue. But so I never even brought up to him that I was growing for a while, but I would hit them cookies with him occasionally. And then eventually it came up like, yeah, okay, I grow a little bit, and he never disrespected my desire for space or anything like
Nice.
that. And in fact, at one time he was like, "Hey, so some tweakers were riding by, kind of stopping near your house, and I told them to get a move on." And he
Nice.
never came back. He's
You
like,
got
he
the
was
big
looking
boy.
out for me.
Yeah,
man.
that's
it was,
good,
it was
bro.
dope. Like
That's
I lucked
good.
out. I had some really,
Nice.
yeah. I mean, but that just goes to show you be nice to people.
Absolutely, bro.
Shit tends to work out better.
Yeah, it's a blessing to have good neighbors, bro.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, I
I've
was
always
able
been
to,
a good one.
yeah, it's the way to be.
Yeah. Sure.
I was able to do a lot there. Yeah, I experimented with a lot of different methods, and yeah, eventually I started a collective. Like over the years, people were like, just start a collective. But at the time, the information wasn't like super available.
Right,
it seemed
right,
like
right.
out of my reach, and I
Yeah.
was like, I don't have all this money. Like I'm not just gonna be able to do this. And then I found out, oh, I can. You know, so started a collective, and that opened up an opportunity for me to get a warehouse that someone I was working with kind of found the contact, and that dude put me in. he fucked up. Like he rented this warehouse space from these people, and he tried to grow weed in it. He didn't even know what he was doing.
Oh, no shit.
And he got in trouble with them, and they're like, you can't grow there. We have this other one where you can grow, but you need like a collective. And then it just happened that my partner met that dude, put us in touch, and I was like, this is what I've always wanted. You know, like sometimes in retrospect, I feel like I should have just stayed in the garage because it was pumping.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah,
good
yeah.
quality. I mean, it was like 10,000 watts, but it was like fucking banging. Very high production at the time.
How many lights did you have in the garage?
It was like 8 lights. Yeah.
Nice,
I
bro.
was getting like a couple pounds of light, which for HPS was pretty good, you know. let's see. So
When did you meet? Is this about the time you met Ryan from Doja?
yes, okay. So I started the collective, got the warehouse popping, and then a friend of mine, he's like a mentor. He's a literal boomer. You know, he was like, "Well, shit, I want to get in on the on that." And to me, it was weird because I was like, "Man, I swear I've been mentioning this to you over the years," because he's got money, and he grew up in Humboldt. This guy. Like in the 60s, and he was growing weed with homies back then.
Wow.
And like he was also a mechanic. He'd race cars for Pink Slips up there, growing weed, like a straight up dope ass fucking Humboldt guy. You know what I mean? But he's also he's business, you know, he's business, because up there, like, he joined the military during Vietnam, like served 2 tours as like this elite platoon leader where he would set up ambushes. Like, he's all these awards and stuff. But like, fuck war, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I respect him for like surviving and being,
definitely.
and also being the kind of guy he is. He's not into that, but he felt like it was his duty. And obviously, you get drafted, you're fucking going anyway, I guess. But so when he came back, he caught some heat for growing, right? And he was like at a party, and some dude that he went to school with was like, he was a cop. And he's like, "Yo, guess what? We're going to come get your ass." Because they were drunk, and homie fucked up. So he was like, "All right, I'm out." Bounced, moved down towards Sac, started up a video store. Like, this was when video stores were popping.
Oh, damn, bro.
Oh, delicious, Z. So he started making bank like that. And then when they started to fade the video store thing, he switched into real estate and made a lot of money. Like, he's an intelligent, astute guy. But yeah, I swear I was like,
Sounds like a smart fella.
Yeah, definitely. Much respect to him. I met him through martial arts. He was like he like helped me out, cross training, would pay for me to like do tournaments. Like, we'd go to tournaments together. He'd win the old man's division, I'd win my division.
Hell yeah.
Just fucking like smoking doinks on the way to the tournament. Like, he's my boy.
Bro.
Love that guy.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's just like a really important person in my life. But then, like, you know, when I had the warehouse, he's like, "Oh, I want to do it." And I'm like, I swear before this I was like, "Hey, I wish I knew someone with some money that could get me a warehouse to grow weed in."
Yeah.
You know, but like, for whatever reason, he's like, "No, you didn't." I'm like, "I'm pretty sure I did." But anyway, like,
Yeah.
He was like, "Let's do another warehouse next to
Right.
the one you got." And I'm like, "Fuck, man, like, I'm already busting my ass with one warehouse. I just built it out, and now I got to build out another warehouse." But okay, you're my boy. I want to partner with you anyway, because, you know, he's got the money to make things happen. And so, in retrospect, I should have asked for more money to build the place out, because it could have been better. But so I had 2 side by side, 2 warehouses side by side. And at the same time, see, my intention was to like breed my own varieties, because I had started in like 2007 back at that last house I was rocking the garage in, right? And I was like, I'm just going to do wholesale shit. I'll work with the collectives I work with. I don't want to worry about retailing. Like, it's too much to do. Like, I'm just going to
Right.
rock the wholesale shit. And that was around when I met Ryan.
Okay.
But see, this partner, when we did the second warehouse and we pulled some weight, right around that time, though, too, the first warehouse got robbed.
Damn, bro.
And this is where I part ways with that fool that I haven't been mentioning.
Oh, okay. Your buddy came out
Because
here
this
with...
fool's house burnt down. I had chips stacked from growing fucking perfect fire for a while in my garage. And I was like, you know what, man? Like, you're my boy. I've got some money. You found the warehouse connection. Let's make this shit happen. And then I'm not even going to go into it, but the warehouse gets robbed, right? So, still get mad about it. But
I believe it, man. Shitty part of the come up, man.
luckily, though, I was annoyed by my older homie, like, wanting me to set up this second warehouse, but it was good, because the first one got robbed, and I just shut that shit down, moved it to a different spot across town with the same dude because I didn't realize what had happened. I was like fucking still naive to like what happened.
Bro.
So I build out this other spot. Pretty much all me. This dude's faded on opioids. That's the source of the problem, right?
Always.
There was a moment where this other place, and so then I had to go from Rancho, where the warehouses were, to Carmichael, back and forth. Fucking pain in the ass. But at the time too, we were producing enough weight that like I had some little, moments where the weight was sitting, and I was still trying to broker to different collectives around the state. And my partner's like, "No, we got to get rid of this. I want money." He had Crohn's disease and thought he was gonna die, so he was like, "I need to hustle extra for my kids." Like, okay, that was another reason I was like, "Fuck it, let's do this." So he's like, "We need to start a retail," and I was like, fuck, like I don't have time and energy to be running around retailing and stuff. And so this is around 2010. This is around when I met Ryan through that person that I was partnered with, and started up. So my collective was called One World Wellness Collective.
Okay.
I'm into that vibe. You know what I mean? One world.
I fucks with it.
But we did a DBA as Ace Meds 247. That was my boomer homie's insistent.
Okay.
He insisted on, and I like, damn, it should have just been Duke of Erb, because I was Duke of Erb in 2005. I started that on Breed Bay. Like,
How'd you get that name, bro?
Yeah, so like it's kind of it's interesting. I'm glad you asked me. I was forgetting to bring it up, but like, so my middle name's Duke. My mom hates her fucking middle name. It's ERB. It's an old family name.
No shit.
And she hates that shit, right? Shit. So, but like, I'm about to join Breed Bay, and I'm like, I gotta think of something catchy, something cool, And I'm like, eventually I came up with Duke of ERB. I'm literally Duke of Erb. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's
Herb.
my mom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact.
So that's where that came from.
That's cool.
But yeah, boomer logic. He's like, it's got to start with an A, so we're at the top of everything.
Yeah, because it's in the fucking phone book.
And we need 247 because it's a draw. And I'm like, but we're not 247. He's like, well, you can place your order 247 and then get it between our working hours. And I'm like, why we got to play like a sneaky game with people? You know what I mean? I don't even like this. So a lot of people got annoyed, and I had to like make it up to them. I always made sure everybody was fucking happy. Yeah. That was a really fun thing. It allowed me to, because I was breeding, it was important to me to create some new varieties and give them to people to test out. It was a perfect situation. I had hundreds of patients. I would breed my own strains and produce them and put them on the delivery service and get feedback on them. It was dope. And at the same time, Ryan was working with me, watching these projects develop.
Damn, you guys go back to the early 2010s, bro?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it might have been a little bit after. Maybe it was like 2012.
Still.
Yeah.
Still. That's cool, man. You guys gotta.
I think I first met him in 2010. Then we started kind of working together like 2013.
Okay.
And then he came out in 2015 and started Doja. And him and Fred around that time. I think I probably met Fred in like.
Yeah, when did Freddie come into the fold?
It had to be like 2015.
Okay.
2015. Nice. Yeah, and I helped him, start up his delivery, and he helped me with some wholesale stuff that I was doing up on the hill.
Hell yeah.
And same with Ryan. So that delivery service, we let one of the patients take it over, and, he had some health issues that he was dealing with, and it kind of made it difficult for him to run it properly, and a lot of work went into that, man. Like, that was a valuable collective. It had a lot of patients that were very loyal. And that was a good thing for me, too, is, like, working with, like, legitimately ill people who needed particular meds, and I was breeding all these different ones, and sometimes certain things worked really well for, like, someone with brain cancer,
Yeah.
Like, it was just, like, a good feeling to do that.
I bet. That's dope, bro.
But, yeah, it's, like, for a long time, like, Ryan and Fred both have been seeing the progression of my breeding and like believing in it, you know, like Fred ran 18 coffins in one of his spots,
What is that? What is 18 coffins? I've always been curious.
So that one is, it started with the strawberry diesel coffin cut, which was like a cut that we got off of Breed Bay from someone in Pennsylvania. They shipped it out in the mail. At the time was pretty dope.
Yeah.
That was not my doing. I can't take credit for that, but I got the cut. It was rocking the cut, and a few of us had the cut, and it was like crushing it. Weird little thing. Strawberry
Coffin
diesel,
cut.
and they call it the Coffin cut. So it was really an F2 of a Reservoir Seeds strawberry diesel. So this cat in Pennsylvania just popped like, I don't know, I think it was like 12 beans or something, and then made a F2 out of a male and female, and then found that Coffin cut, and that's what we got. And that's kind of like what inspired me to start breeding, is I had started to accumulate all these like really important strains, and even having a collective and paying taxes and trying to do everything right. Still constant. I hear about, storefronts getting raided by the feds all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's my whole life constantly afraid of having my fucking door kicked in, dude.
I can relate, my friend.
Yeah, we all. Yeah,
Whole life.
A lot of us can. Right? It's like.
Do we have PTSD subconsciously from that? You think?
Dude, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's always an underlayer of fucking stress that like we've just become so used to dealing with.
Yeah.
That it's just like part of our regular emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
you always know that day could come. You know what I'm saying?
And you're just living in that state of paranoia.
Yeah, you just gotta risk analysis on everything. Your partners, your moves, your trips, your operation. You know what I'm saying?
And it stacks up as time goes on.
Stacks, bro.
That's why, yeah. When like one of the closest people to you is part of orchestrating a robbery, it's like,
oh, bro,
that sets you up for a little bit of apprehension with others. And so,
of course,
social media has always stressed me out because of that overexposure, and I just kind of kept to myself. And when you meet someone like fucking Ryan and Fred, like that's all you fucking need. Yeah. That's all I needed.
Bro, you got two major fucking California factors, bro.
Right. We all started together, man. Like we weren't, when we started, it was like,
bro.
Same playing field as others. And yeah, it bubbled up. And it makes sense, like, because they're two of the dopest dudes in the world, in my opinion. And like, it makes me, because, you get imposter syndrome. I'm not trying to act like I'm anything special. I'm just another artist out there, another musician trying to create music that people like. And I'm lucky enough that, like, these two dudes who have a lot of respect worldwide want to work with me and have for a long time. And we've helped each other bubble up for a long time. And it makes me think, okay, I'm good at what I do.
You're damn right,
because these guys endorse me. And,
hell yeah, bro.
Like, shout out to First Lady of the West Coast too. She's been like a major advocate of my work too. Like
First Lady of the West Coast.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I think I made some strains for her in like 2008. And
oh, cool, man.
That's all I asked. I was like, I'll make the strain. Just say I made them and like.
Yeah.
And she, yeah. So I got a lot of good people around. Well, maybe not a lot. Now I do, thanks to those guys like Fred and Ryan. Like, as I kind of come out of my shell a little, because it's necessary too.
Yeah, nowadays it is.
What I pictured naively was that I could have a little farm, breed my own strains, grow just like some organic outdoor, and just have a little fucking side stand here and there, just like a little table at events, and just fucking live a modest life. Well, they didn't set it up like that.
No,
it's
they
like
did
you go
not.
big or you're going home. Like you gotta, you know what I mean? So I'm just lucky, blessed, grateful.
Good.
For like, Ryan and Fred and everybody associated with them. Everybody with Doja.
Hell yeah.
Drew,
shout out to the crew.
Guti, Ty, Kyle, like EK.
Yeah.
It's like a big,
between all of them, the network's
it,
huge, man. Yeah.
Same with Fred, introduced me to great people.
Yeah, it's been dope watching them. I moved there in 2017, you know what I mean? So I watched the progression of the Doja gang. I remember when all them dudes got on the squad, they were selling the cans and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I remember
the cans was a big
watching the whole bubble up, bro.
Yeah.
It was dope, from getting the connected bags, fucking, you know what I mean? That's the whole shit, bro.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
There's something to be said for that. Like,
it's
a high level of intellect.
I fucking watched it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, there's different types of intelligences, and that's the advantage of me being connected with these guys, because then we can create a division of labor, so to speak, where like, I can focus on my specialty, my dream. All I've ever wanted to do is like breed different weed flowers, man, from a very early stage, and it's been like a long, hard road to get to where I actually can do that. And it's like, thanks to them.
That's cool, man. You want to walk us through some of your strains, bro? Like what the crosses are?
Yes.
Like, can we start with the Coffin Candy? Because I cannot get this one down.
Yeah,
or can I guess first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Runts times 18 coffins? Times strawberry skilato?
So close.
Fuck.
Close.
Damn
Let's
it.
go. So I drifted off,
Go
and I fucked up on the 18 coffins. So 18 coffins is that coffin cut, But I chose Northern Lights because like Northern Lights was one of the ones, like I had an NL5 by Skunk and an NL5 that was taken by those cops in Sturgis. And I know it's like a stable strain. Like sexual stability has always been like, you know, from the very beginning, I'm like, obviously I don't want to be breeding herms. That's a major problem. So I chose a Northern Lights, homegrown Fantaseeds, found a good stud, and then I took it to that ever important strawberry diesel coffin cut. So that was the first cross of that coffin cut.
Okay.
Coffin cut by NL.
Okay.
Then I got some OG18, which is DNA genetics work.
Okay.
And it was like kind of a little like, it had a better structure than OG, but it had heavy OG nose.
Okay.
And I popped like a pack of those that I got, I think from Attitude. I used to get a lot of seeds from Attitude. I don't know those guys or anything, but they definitely helped me acquire some shit that I've worked with over the years, so shout out to them. Popped a bunch of those OG18s. They were all very similar. Picked a dope one, just like that, squatter stature, kind of like rounded, slightly triangular at the top buds. Yep. Heavy OG gas, little like detergentiness in there. And then so I crossed that NL by Coffin Cut to the OG18, and that's 18 coffins.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. So that's a gassy strain, it sounds like.
Yeah, but it, you know, that's the thing.
Does it have a
with
little
breeding
sweetness
too.
from the strawberry?
Yes.
Oh, cool,
So,
man. Do you still, is that around still?
I just popped, so I tried to pop some F2s.
Okay.
Old as fuck, you know.
Ooh, did they pop?
They're still, I don't think they're going to do it.
Ah.
But I got some F3s that popped, I got some F4s that popped, and popped some more F5s. I had F6s already in production, but some shit happened, so we're gonna run it back.
Bring it back.
Yeah, we're gonna run it back. So yeah, that's gonna. I want to find like a keeper of the F3, the F4, and the F5, so that people can kind of experience what that means. And there won't be a ton of difference either, but it'll still be interesting.
Yeah.
So then, all right. So we want to talk about the Coffin Candy.
Yeah.
With that packaging, Freddie Bigg just
ridiculous.
Dope.
It's just ridiculous.
And the coffin. I mean, it's like
I gotta roll some up.
That's what's so cool. Is
gotta
like
roll some of this up.
I've always wanted to do some kind of design like what they did with that.
Bro.
And they just came with something even doper than I could have imagined. Like it just does the coffin vibe so much justice. Like the packaging that came in, how it's like dark on the outside, looks coffiny. You get a little hint of color, like, oh, what's that? And then boom, fucking bright ass colors, candy style.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's literally why I bought it. I was like, this is a collector's item. I can't not
It
have
is,
this.
dude.
Is the first drop. Like, how the fuck did I not grab this, bro?
It's amazing. Yeah.
And then Doja was on live, right? Ryan was on live. He's like, yo, he went like this. He went, this shit candy on candy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn it, man. All right, god damn it. I hit up my boy. I was like, yo, it's still around? Nah, bro. I'm like, fuck. All right, I don't deserve it. And then he hit me 2 days later. He's like, yo, there's one left. You want it? I'm like, psh, run that. Shout out to Garrett.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, Garrett.
Back to you,
You
sir.
deserve it.
Back to you, sir.
You deserve that coffin candy. So if we want to talk about what that cross is.
What is it?
So that is SZ. I call it SZ because I a lot of these names I'm not like I'm coming up with the dopest name, that's what it's going to be. It's just like a placeholder for me because I make so many. I'm just like I need one that's distinct enough that I can remember it and understand what's what and label shit properly, and
no doubt
it's all good. So I called it Strawberry Scalato. That was this. It goes a little deeper than coffins though. So it's 18 coffins by Gelato 33, which was strawberry gelato. And I had some packs of that. Ryan, some of that went through Doja early on. And then Fred got me the Z cut, like the legit Z cut, kind of indirectly from Terpogs, I believe.
Okay.
This young cat that was selling packs, and I think he must have been like, "I'll buy the packs if you bring a cut," kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like when I first saw Z, I was like, "Oh," Fred was like, "Wait till you try this shit. Look at this," and he passes it over to me, and I'm like, "This does not look good."
What was this, 2017, 18?
And he's like, "I knew you."
I'm guessing before because everybody know that shit's ugly. You know what I'm saying? Even as a plant.
I think it was like right around like very close to when I met Fred.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it was 2017.
Okay, yeah. That's damn. You got it early, bro.
Yeah, it was early. It was
Came
early.
out damn near in 16, 17.
Because even I heard Ryan was the same way, like looking at it like, oh, that looks terrible, smell it, smoke it, and then everybody's like, oh.
We're good.
That mouth coat's ridiculous.
Something
It's like the
else.
most epic mouth coat ever in cannabis.
Yeah.
So, I didn't want to take it though because it looked like it had problems, and it did, but it was worth it in the end. It's all good.
So there's Skittles in that too?
Yeah, so, okay, 18 Coffins by Gelato 33. That was a strawberry gelato. Then I got that Z, and I was like, this is the one that needs to get crossed to the Z. And they agreed. That's the thing, too, is like, I don't know about Fred, but I know Ryan, like, I've seen people be like, what do you even fucking do? You don't even breed. Like, yeah, he does. Fred and Ryan both breed through me because I've been there, and they're top-level curators.
Yeah.
Like, they understand the plant to a very high level, and like their palates are very developed. I mean, Ryan was like a high level chef.
Yeah.
He really understands flavors.
Yeah.
For
sure.
So
People
they're
make fun of him for that, but I mean, that's what got him where he's at. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like with the memes and shit.
and there's a place for those people in the industry.
There is.
It's necessary.
There
Like I
fucking
said,
is,
division of
man.
labor. Like all of us could probably do what the other one does sometime, to a degree.
Sure.
But no one can do it all.
Exactly.
And you find your aptitudes, and we work as a team, and it's fucking extremely powerful
That's
and
dope.
effective.
Yeah, man.
And so like I've gotten their input over, when I'm like I come up with ideas. Sometimes they're like, nah, not interested in that, but I'll still do shit like things that I feel are necessary, like for progressing certain genetic lines I've been working on that are important to me, just from flavors that I've tried over the years. I'm still gonna do them, but ones that I focus on. And a lot of times those come back around are important later, So
Definitely.
I killed that. That's good. They've been helping me guide it, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Their input has been there, I still do what I'm gonna do, but like that was like everyone agreed, yes. Strawberry gelato to Z. That's a good one.
Done fucking deal.
And I get a hold of the runts cut, and it's like that was an obvious combination to make as well, and that is what Coffin Candy is.
Dope, bro. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
So let me say it back. 18 Coffins times strawberry gelato times runts.
So 18 Coffins by Gelato 33.
By Gelato 33.
By Z.
By Z.
By runts.
By runts. Got it.
So to make it short is like I called the strawberry gelato, which is 18 Coffins by Gelato 33. I called the strawberry gelato by Z, SZ, strawberry Skelato.
Okay, so that's where the strawberry Skelato came from. I got you.
So the Coffin Candy is SZ male. Found an epic male. It was so nice. And crossed that to runts.
Okay. Cool. I dig it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
For first of all, breeding this amazing strain, and secondly, breaking that down.
Man, my pleasure.
You got any seed drops coming up?
Yeah, so we've got the last set of Coffin Candy regular seeds coming, and they're the more like obscure varieties. Like the first ones we released are like, like Doja is a brand. There's varieties that are brand specific and some of the most used for them. So like a lot of times, like that's what we're focusing on.
Sure.
But still work in some of the like less, I guess I'll say, like less experienced ones that aren't as available out there, more obscure, possibly crosses. So yeah, those are coming up. It's like my crumpets, which is like a higher yielding, really gassy variety by Coffin Candy. That one's got layers of layers of varieties in there. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember. But then there's a God's Gift by Hash Plant. Like that's an old school.
I remember
strain
God's
of
Gift,
mine. Yeah. I popped some Sensi Seeds Hash Plant way back in the day, and took a mail of that to a God's Gift clone only that I had.
Okay.
So the God's Gift Hash Plant by Coffin Candy, Crumpets by Coffin Candy. We just dropped the SZ by Coffin Candy, which is essentially, it's a SZ back cross.
Shit.
So if you want a strain that's a lot like the SZ, there's still going to be
Any more of those floating around?
of the seeds.
Yeah.
The SZBX ones. That's what we just released.
Yeah.
So that's just on the website.
Oh, fuck, it's on the website.
You go to
Okay,
Doja
cool.
Direct, and then that will take you to dukeoferb.com. You can also go to Duke of Erb. It's Duke of ERB. Remember that. Not
Can I
with
go to
the
you
H.
directly?
I got you.
My man.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, let's cut out the middle, man. I feel like we're good now. You know?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Waive the shipping, bro. I'll just bring the money to you.
Yeah. No,
no
it's
doubt.
all good.
No doubt.
It's all good.
Tight, bro.
Yeah, not you specifically, but the public.
Yeah.
If you need those seeds, you need some SZBX ones. Go to Doja Direct.
Yeah.
Takes you to Duke of Erb. And yeah, there's a lot of imposter sites, so watch out.
Watch it.
Just go from Doja Direct. They don't let me post dukeoferb.com on Instagram for some reason. I think it's because, like, for a moment I fucked up and I didn't have the right credit card on GoDaddy and the domain didn't renew, and I caught it like a week later, and some Chinese, like, gambling website bought it and put the site on there, which is, like, weird. I don't know why that happened. And then I just had I changed it to Duke of Erb products for a minute. Wasn't even selling anything on there. I was just kind of staging it. I did some merch for a second, but I just had it like ready to auto buy Duke of Erb back, so I got it back.
Oh,
But I think because that weird casino site was on there, maybe it flagged the domain.
Okay, gotcha.
And so like Instagram's like, no, we don't allow some Chinese casino website.
Got it.
Yeah, I think that's why it happened.
For sure.
But you can go there from Doja Direct.
Nice. I like it. You got any breeding projects going on with anybody?
Yeah. So, well, I'm really hyped about the P41. Like,
tell me about that. What is P41? Is that something you're doing with Preferred, David Preferred?
Yeah.
Talk
So
about
I'm
that.
real proud of that. I love Dave. That's what I was gonna say too. Like,
He's the man,
Ryan
bro.
introduced me to some people who are now like some of my favorite people.
Nice.
You know, in the game, Dave and Drew, Green Dog. You know,
Hell yeah.
got my Stetson hat. He recommended I get one. He's the king of drip. So,
Hell
you
yeah.
know,
That looks good on you, man.
thanks.
Yeah, Drew's pretty drippy. I see you, player.
He's got the style.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah.
That Z dry you out.
Got a tear in my eye too. Oh shit.
Damn, Dave, you're making him tear
We're
up,
falling
man.
apart. Yeah, Dave, you're the man. So yeah, Dave hunted these P41s, which are my afternoon pineapple. That's an old school pineapple tie that I crossed to Cold Creek Kush from TH Seeds.
Okay.
That's a real like, it was a nice OG version.
Nice.
And then I took that Cold Creek Kush by Pineapple Tie to Crockett's Afternoon Delight, and so that's Afternoon Pineapple.
Okay.
It improved the structure a lot. The Pineapple Tie was awesome and a super racy high that I liked at the time. It held me through. Jeez.
You want a cough drop? Keep an emergency cough drop.
Sure, why not? Look at that.
Just in case one of us voices crap out.
Yep, thanks.
Cough drop will do it, pal.
All right.
This ain't my first rodeo. I got you.
Thank you.
No doubt.
So, P41 is that afternoon pineapple crossed a gelato 41.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
Nice.
Dave hunted that at his spot, hunted through a bunch of them. And we found one that we really liked. Well, he found it, but it's what we were looking for. We wanted like, kind of like 70% gelato dominant
Nice.
with like a hint of the pineapple.
Okay. Nice.
You know, or a little more than a hint. Let's say a dash.
We know it's in there. Yeah, a
Yeah.
dash. Yeah.
So that's what the P41 is. And yeah,
That sounds amazing, by the way. Is it in circulation, or is it just like the sample jars, first round kind of shit?
yeah,
I think
it's coming.
I think I've seen Dave harvest that on his story recently, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some coming, and it's in Florida. We're gonna try and get it in Michigan.
Oh, nice.
fear of booth.
Nice.
I love that one. I love the effect, the flavor. It's perfect. Yeah.
Nice, bro. Fuck
And
yeah.
Dave crushed it. Got 7. 7th place at the Breeders' Cup. So
Yeah, sick, bro.
got second with the 1111, which is JBZ's reversal of the RS11.
Okay.
So that's dope.
Have you tried that one?
Yeah. I like
Nice.
it. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You should try the
What you got?
permanent marker that Dave grew.
Oh, yeah? Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't mind if I do. I'll fucking roll some up.
Yeah, roll that.
I think I recently had a doink of this from, shout out my bro Mike, like Mike. Barred up one. I don't know who gave it to me. Maybe Alex. Shout out my bro Alex from Fiore. Delivery. I think he left me with a doink of this. This was fucking good, man.
Yeah,
It's
it burns
nice permanent, man.
so nicely. Good, great flavor transfer.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You got any collabs happening in New York? I know you were just out in New York for 420. You did a dope pheno drop with Mechanics.
Yeah.
What you got going on out there, boss?
That was amazing, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, Mechanics crushed it, and
Hell yeah.
Higher Empire, the Loft. That was an amazing event, and Mechanics grew it out like really well. It was a wide spread of phenos. That's difficult to manage that many phenos, and the box they produced was ridiculous.
Fire.
With
So
that,
fire,
yeah.
bro.
You know, the QR code to let people, chime in and say what their favorites were. It's important.
Yeah.
And the presentation was just epic. It was beautiful. Yeah, and some other guys out there.
Who else you working with? Anybody else?
Yeah, Euphoria Farms, Marijuana Talk out there. He's doing some ZBX too. He won like most potent, I think, at the Olympics.
Oh, no shit.
So
Nice.
congrats to him for that.
Hell yeah.
Third Avenue Cannabis Collective. He actually got me some cuts of Soap by Afternoon Pineapple.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So we still got to test those, but I think it's going to go well.
Any events coming up out there that we should know about?
Yeah, what is it? Jimmy the Green Giant.
Jimmy.
Cool dude.
I just
Met
saw
him
Jimmy.
for the first time.
At Liddy in the
good
City,
vibes,
yeah.
good
He's
vibes.
cool, man.
Mhm.
That's my guy.
He's doing that CMOS sorbet.
CMOS sorbet, bro.
Yeah.
I had like 3 of those last weekend,
Yeah,
bro. So
fire.
fire.
So I think he's
So
doing,
fire.
it's called Lampin' in the Hamptons.
Lamping in the Hamptons. Yes, he told me about this shit,
Yeah,
bro.
is that like
looks like a
July
dope event.
29th or something? I think that's when
Nice.
it is.
Good time to be in the Hamptons, bro.
No doubt. I've never been there. It was always like, my parents would joke about it.
Oh, yeah. I've never been there. I'm talking about a good time to be there. I've never been there either. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I know friends that have a house there. They
Right.
go there in the summertime. It's beautiful beaches. Only beaches I was swimming in New York. No offense, New York, but
Yeah, probably.
the water's a little too close to the city
Yeah.
for me, player. I'll swim in that dirty-ass Jersey water. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so that and
That's cool,
that's
man.
about it.
That sounds fucking dope, man. Any other projects you got in the works, or what does the next 5-10 years look like, bro? What's the future looking like for the Duke of Erb?
Well, yeah, I mean, immediately I'm hyped. I'm gonna be getting some cuts to Sour Waves. He's got a Pink Silky project.
Yeah, bro. Shout
I'm
out to
gonna throw
Waves.
some in there. Yep. I mean, just grinding with my homies,
Living
trying
the
to
fucking dream, bro.
just trying to figure out what we think are gonna be the best genetic combinations
Yeah.
and just grinding and getting them done.
That's dope, bro. Love it. Love to hear it, man.
And yeah, more worldwide. Like, really appreciate all the people out in Europe that have been getting the beans. I mean, all over. Like, homie out in Colombia, and
No shit.
it's just yeah.
Let me tell you something. Being in Europe and having a presence in Europe is a great look for your brand and just the cannabis community in general. They're fucking average quality weed
Yeah.
smokers. Like their QC's like right up here with the heady boys in California. You know what I'm saying? They fucked around and taught us some shit. You know what I mean?
No
Back
doubt.
when the whole white ash information was coming out, the hype, whatever you want to call it. Like, yeah, them boys was on it, man. Them boys was on it.
Yeah.
Shout out to the UK.
Yeah. For real.
Show.
True
Yo.
connoisseurs.
Yeah, true connoisseurs, man. I dig that. Yeah, what was your first job? I'm curious. Did you ever have a job before cannabis?
Yeah, so like the first thing I did as a teenager, this is what got me. I was like a teenager. I don't even think I was a teenager. I think I was like 11 or 12 or something. There was this bonsai farm down the road from us in Athens, down off Tallahassee Road. Tallahassee. And yeah, I got to work there like on the weekends, kind of just like taking bonsais out of boxes and shaking the roots out and then replanting them in their new containers.
Okay. Doing transplants, bonsai transplants.
Yeah, it was fun, man. And then it was like working with my dad. My dad, it took him a little while, but he started his own construction company. He started to do some pretty high-end remodels. It was great. It taught me a lot and allowed me to like do what I do. I know he's not like real into that aspect, but yeah, like I mean, we used to work on some real important houses, even like ones that are from like the 70s. We did an addition where we connected a house from the 1700s, like mid 1700s, to a house from like the mid 1800s, and then like kind of made them a bit more contemporary inside.
No
like
shit.
Smooth transitions, and you know, so where it's a nice house inside, but it's still these houses from a long, long time ago.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did that a lot. Like, yeah,
Just
when I got
curious.
in trouble in high school, it was like, you know, well, you're working with your dad.
Swinging hammers with Pop. I did the
Yeah.
same thing. My father was a carpenter his whole life.
Oh,
You know
dope.
what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, when I was
How
in
to swing a
trouble,
hammer.
he made me like, he'd be like, well, we're taking the fucking motorcycle to work. And it would be like cold winter,
Ooh.
you know. He's like, get on the back and just, whoa, I'm like freezing my fucking balls off.
Man. Damn,
Punishment,
bro.
dude, you know, make me mow
Damn.
that
Old
lawn.
school.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What should the weed industry know that you know? Could you debunk any cannabis myths?
So yeah, like maybe it's not as much anymore, but I felt like when I first got into breeding, like a lot of the OG breeders would be like, yeah, fuck breeding with feminized seeds. They're unstable, you know, they're sexually unstable. And like a really good friend of mine in high school, and we lost touch a little bit, but and after, like he became like a head plant geneticist for a lab in St. Louis. Like he's an extremely intelligent, well-educated,
No shit.
dedicated person, dedicated to literally he's fascinated with plants in general, but he studies the root zone a lot, and also worked on like, you know, modifying corn to be better for producing ethanol and a lot of other stuff, you know, and a good person to ask about whether or not feminized cannabis seeds are sexually unstable. And he came back with a peer-reviewed scientific journal article that was all about that, about feminizing hemp seeds by hormonal alteration, not through stress.
Okay.
Like sodium thiosulfate is like what is
Right.
generally, and colloidal silver. Like when I do it now, I used to just use colloidal silver. I've only done tiny runs of FEMS, and the silver worked enough for me to get some seeds. But the STS makes it go fucking ham.
Yeah. Explain to the audience what that is. How you're turning, you're pretty much selfing a plant.
Yeah, I mean, I can sort of explain it. I don't.
Layman's terms,
I
just
don't
as
wanna
basic
front
as
like
you
I'm
could.
educated like my homie.
No, it's all good. Just basic.
Yeah, basically, I'm good at fucking growing weed and picking great weed and combining it. But yeah, it's an alteration to the hormones of the plant. Like, you can reverse both a male and a female, but if you cover the plant with this sodium thiosulfate, it's a combination of a couple ingredients, and then colloidal silver too. It'll disrupt the hormone production of the plant. That's about all I can tell you as far as like why it happens.
Yeah.
It does it.
And essentially, it turns a male into a female or a female into a male plant.
Right.
Right.
Right. So it's called a reversal.
Yeah.
And it doesn't act exactly the same as like a true male plant. These female flowers will gradually morph and turn into, you know, like the nanners that you would see in a Hermie bud, but like very prolific. And when done right, it'll dump pollen.
Yeah.
And then so let's say you reverse a plant to itself. They call it selfing.
Yeah.
Like my 18 coffins. Say we did 18 coffins to 18 coffins. Those progeny, that's what we call like that's what the fancy term for offspring, or just the resulting seeds of blending two varieties together, or in this case, one variety. Those fem seeds will have a much narrower phenotypic expression to where it's almost, similar to cloning. Not really, but it's like, it'll be a very like tight range of expression that you can find in there.
Mm-hmm.
Versus like, say if you feminize two different strains, there'll be more variation then. But all of these seeds, when they're produced by a reversal, they are like 99.9% female.
Yeah.
So they're called feminized seeds, and very, very useful, very good for beginners. Like, with
for sure.
Putting out the regulars, I find, I'm having to explain to a few people how to
Hey, there's some males in
sex
there.
them, and
Fuck around.
Yeah. It's more of a process, but it also gives you a wider range of expressions. But you have a larger set of genes rather than like one pair where you blend the same strain together by reversing it. If you're using a male and a female, there's way more genes that can jumble up.
Sure.
There's a lot of genes in the cannabis plant. It's like 10 chromosomal pairs. One of those pairs is just for sex. That determines the sex of the plant. And then the rest of them have like potentially like hundreds of genes on each chromosomal pair. So like some of it's junk, but there's still so much in there that like we can endlessly jumble around cannabis.
Get lucky.
I feel like.
Yeah.
I talk to some people and they're like, I've tasted every flavor.
Right.
I'm like,
I don't know.
We got more exploring to do, I feel like.
What's a weird skill you got?
The one I put on there is funny. It was hard for me to think of.
It's a weird question.
Yeah, I feel like, I've done a lot of psychedelics in my life. It really makes you contemplate things.
It does.
And I feel like it kind of helped me be able to picture myself as other people and give me perspective into how they might feel. And just overall, like, kind of making me a little more empathetic, probably, hopefully,
That's a great skill to have, my friend. Because, be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes and just be humble about life and maybe how they're acting that day or in a given scenario, you're like, that's a good skill to have,
Yeah.
To learn skill.
Yeah.
Good human baseline skill, actually.
Yeah, and it's something
A
I
lot of
still
people
work
don't have
on,
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. You have any, or what's your favorite way to consume cannabis? Joints,
I
blunts?
love some doinks,
Nice doink.
I like joints, man. And I gotta say, these proper doinks tips, like Adam gave me one of those when I met up with Blueprint a while ago, and like it's a tiny little fucking thing, but it's like my favorite smoking accessory.
So good. Yeah, he's got one right there.
Yeah, right here, dude.
Yeah, those are shit, bro.
Yeah, I love it. So like we were kind of talking about off camera about just smoke does have an effect on you.
It does.
Little bit,
It certainly does.
And if there were no consequences, I would smoke the hell out of doinks all the time. But I love dabs. I love rosin. Brought this Ganja Guru rosin Ashok gave me.
Shout out Ashok.
Yep, much appreciated, bro. When I was fight training a lot, when I was competing and sparring constantly, it's just like real noticeable. Like we were saying, when you were boxing, it's like, you can like tell really easily like how what you are doing in life is affecting your overall.
And like round one, you have a really good idea how the rest of the shit's gonna go.
Damn, man, this is too many fucking blunts.
I'm gassing, bro. I'm gassing early, bro.
Yeah. So a long time ago, I was like, this is amazing. We're vaporizing, because we were vaporizing weed too. Because it was important to me, man. I get my ass beat if I smoke too much and had shitty cardio.
Yeah.
So I gravitated to that shit. I had the volcano, but like in the end, it's like smoking doinks is fucking
the best.
Great.
Full spec, baby.
Yeah.
Full spectrum experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I like about rosin though, is versus fluorocarbons. I feel like this is like it has a broader effect.
Yeah.
I feel like a little more analogous to the flower itself, as opposed to
for sure.
hydrocarbons
For sure.
seem more like streamlined and specific.
Mm-hmm.
I love both, and I dab more than smoke because when
Okay.
I'm just chilling by myself,
No doubt.
you know. But hanging out with people, like with Fred and
that
Ryan,
doink,
I'm fucking
bruh.
blazing. I mean, that's it. Like it's a symbol of like what drew
communal.
us all to. It's communal. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
brought
tribal.
us all to this, man. It's like that's what it's all about. That's what's behind why I still am doing, trying to create flavors for like people to enjoy together as friends. You know, like
That's what it's all about.
yeah.
If you had a weed superpower, what would it be? If you need some examples from the show, 'cause I know it's a weird question, I can give you some.
I think I'd like to be able to know what every expression is going to be of the cross that I'm about to make.
I had a feeling you're going to go that route as a breeder. It's
Yeah.
usually it usually applies to what they do in the cannabis industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if I could like see the genetic framework of all the like the parent strains,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
also see like where it would go when combined with whatever else.
I like it.
That would be rad.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope as fuck. All right, so look, now it's time to name your top 3 strains, okay?
Oh shit.
You're going to go one old school, one desert island, you stuck on the island for the rest of your life, and something new you fucking with.
Oh my god. That's fun.
No particular order.
Okay, you said old school?
We can start with old school if you like. Something you grew up on, something.
I mean OG fucking Kush.
Hello?
Like yeah, all day.
Very
I mean,
popular answer.
Shout out to whoever. It's
Whoever
such a
did
crazy
that.
story, but like, yeah, love and respect to all
Yeah.
y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Okay, and then a new one.
A new one, and then a desert island. It's probably gonna be your
Man.
toughest one. If I can help you, it's the perfect batch or the best batch you ever had of that strain. So don't stress.
I mean, I guess I might have to lean toward. I feel like it's Z right now. That mouth coat and flavor is like,
Another point for Z.
maybe RS11. Shout out to Deep East.
Oh, you change your answer? That matters. There's a battle on the island right now, bro.
Fucking Z, and like shout out to whoever bred it.
Exactly.
That's a mystery, right?
I mean,
Dude,
Turpogs, right?
Dude at the gas station or something is what? I don't know.
I don't know. Legend has it, Turpogs.
Yeah.
That was their strain,
Yeah.
So it's supposedly
But
grape
I thought they
ape
found it.
times. I don't know.
I think they found the seed, right?
Found the seed. Okay.
or
Did they hunt
or
it?
it was given to them
Okay.
by like Bob at the gas station or something.
Oh, it was literally a guy at the gas station?
But he's like a heady guy.
Got
I don't
it.
know, man. Like I don't want to add to
Yo,
this
no,
lore in a
it's
wrong
all good
way,
because
I
I'm
don't
trying to
even
get
fucking know.
I'm trying to
And
get
someone might get
Fields
mad
and
at
Tony
me.
Mendo on the show and John. I don't know how the fuck we're gonna do all 3 of those. Those are big dudes.
Yeah.
Well, John and fucking Fields are, but I'm gonna get these boys on the show. We're gonna get that fucking story out.
Yeah.
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 But legend has this grape ape times grapefruit
Right.
times question mark.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So fucking who knows?
Yeah.
Still ringing fucking bells though.
Yeah, I mean that flavor transfer is like hard to match. We did some ZBX2s through the SZ outcross, and
How'd that go?
there's some good mouth coaters out there.
Dope. Something new you're fucking with.
I mean, Coffin Candy.
Easy. Too easy. It's truly a great strain. Great. I mean, fuck. I say, look, if we're going to stay on candy, just the industry's stuck on candy right now, East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
We might as well put out some cool variations of candy. So
Right.
at least we switch it up a little bit.
That was the
Maybe
goal.
put a little fucking extra candy on it.
Yeah.
A little power on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the goal.
This will be an interesting question for you, my friend. If you could bring a strain back, what would it be? And it's gone. Like it's not. It's definitely gone. And you know this.
Oh, well, fuck, man. I recently lost a lot of strains, so that's hard to say. I mean, I had this, I called it Wild Berry Palau, but it was like, across this atomic diesel to this wild Palau strain that I popped. It was like a squat kind of. It was in the time of like Granddaddy, God's Gift, and it kind of reminded me of that, but like with a little like brighter, more sour, sharp fruit accent to it. But it was still pretty deep purple vibe.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
vigorous. So yeah, the Atomic Diesel by Wildberry Palau by I took it to the Blackberry Kush, which I know kind of gets a bad rap, but like that particular one, I those were old ass seeds. They were from like 2008 or something.
Yeah.
Got a bunch to pop, and yeah, found a keeper.
I like
Lost
it.
that mom, so
So the something Palau, what was it?
I just call it Wildberry Palau.
Wildberry Palau, no doubt.
Yeah.
What's your smoking weed or breeding, growing cannabis pet peeve? What grinds your fucking gears?
With smoking weed,
Could be smoking, growing, anything, because you're a grower, breeder,
Yeah,
so you can go
growing.
into that realm too if you like. Could be coil your fucking hose, shout out Straight Flame. Could be, don't fucking wet the joint or blunt while you smoking it.
that's a bummer.
That's a bummer.
Definitely a bummer.
Don't hit that shit like Andrew McConaughey and fucking let it make it run like a motherfucker.
Yep.
Or is it Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
That's his brother Andrew. What the fuck do I know?
Yeah, that's a classic.
I want him on the show, that's for sure.
I don't know. I don't like it when drama pops up in the industry. I
Man,
like people to
let's
get
talk
along.
about that, bro. That's a
There's-
good one, man.
I like people to get along.
It's a lot of that.
And it's human nature too. It's like
It
some
is.
things just happen.
For some reason, the cannabis industry is like high school all over again. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
It really is. It's
Yeah.
the cool kids club. It's like the nerdy dudes, the fucking, the fucking tough guys. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
a range.
and
There's
it's
tons of people
fucking
in it.
all fucking gossip and fucking. It's just
try-
funny.
yeah,
so once you get in, it, you know what I mean. It's
Yep.
the fucking high school all over again.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, like social media, I'm not exactly like on there a lot. So sorry to anyone if
You
I
ain't
miss
missing nothing,
you.
player.
And like, it's never personal. It's like a weird thing. I love people, but like,
Breeders can be elusive though. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
guys
that's
are like
me.
the
I-
fucking the
yeah.
overlords of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that. I'm just
Nah, real talk, bro.
just
I gotta give you your flowers,
chilling in the
bro.
woods,
I feel it, but like you guys are the ones creating and pushing this cannabis shit forward, bringing us new flavors, and fucking that takes so much work, bro.
It's
So much
a
work and so
lifetime.
much money. It's a lifetime, man.
It
Like,
takes so long.
so
I'd say.
props to you, man, and all the other breeders out
Well,
there.
thanks
bro.
to
Like,
you
I
and
tip-
everyone else
tip
who
my hat.
supports us. We wouldn't even
Definitely, bro.
fucking be here without people to appreciate
Yeah.
it. Just like a guy strumming a
bro.
guitar by himself. It's like, got to get on stage, and it's thanks
Right.
to
Right.
everybody around me making that happen. You included. I appreciate it.
No doubt, bro. I'm happy to help, man. Where's your favorite place to smoke, bro?
Man, I love the beach, dude. I always think about moving closer to the fucking beach. And I love where I live now, geographically speaking. But yeah,
Nothing wrong with the beach, my friend.
I
Nothing
like,
wrong with the beach.
I like puffing in the woods. I like big oak trees and grassy rolling hills with
Yeah.
rocks popping out of them. And that's
Yeah.
what made me. I came out to Cali. It was like when I was young for tournaments. That's when I first came out here, and I was like, this is everything I heard about. This place is dope as fuck.
It really is.
I love California, man. Like,
Me too. I'll never go back.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm here to stay, bro.
for life.
I'm
dude.
gonna die here,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
It's crazy to
the
say,
spot.
but I will.
Yeah, I know it's weird,
know?
but yes, me too.
Unless I get whacked in some other state or country. God forbid. Oh, man. First smoking device you ever had to MacGyver?
Okay, so, like my mom's an artist. She'd always like get me drawing and painting and sculpting and just
cool,
try to
man.
inspire me to be
Same.
creative.
My mom's an artist.
Yeah, well, yeah, you were saying our moms are
Carpenter and
hippies,
artist.
right? Yeah.
Wow. Look
Fucking
at that.
weird,
Wow,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
I'm not like you, man.
For real.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Trip, dude.
So yeah, she's real
Continue,
encouraging
sorry.
with that. You know, she even was like an art teacher at my school for a little while. Like it was cool. She did murals all over Athens, and
Oh,
she's got a
shit,
unique art
damn.
style, man. Like she can do some classic vibe stuff, but she's kind of like she likes doing some kind of humorous stuff too. And I
That's
love
cool.
I love my mom. Yeah, she does some dope art. So anyway, she got me some
cool,
Sculpey, like make some shit with
know
the
Sculpey,
Sculpey.
yeah.
So
Put it in the oven when you're done?
yeah,
Yeah.
I needed a pipe. I was like, boom.
Oh,
I'll just
shit.
Sculpt this shit.
Made a Sculpey pipe?
Yeah.
Nice,
I don't know
bro.
about like smoking through Sculpey.
No, it's
though.
not a good idea.
Probably
Probably
not the
Probably
best.
My
but-
mother's going to love this, though. When she sees this episode, she'll love this.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
And yo, so like, I was into like The Hobbit and Tolkien's books.
Me too,
Fucking
bro.
Nerd,
Straight up, bro. I love that shit.
Yeah, we're not, sometimes you get a combination. Definitely nerdy, but some other things too.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
no
mean?
doubt.
But I love Tolkien, so I was like, I had these fucking wizard
Wild
pipes made. I
Gandalf
was
pipe and shit.
like, yeah, baby. That's
fucking
actually one of
cool.
those is what I got caught with at school. Like, they got me in
That's a
trouble.
heady ass first MacGyver device. I think he holds the title, man, for the headiest
dope.
fucking piece, bro. Well done, man. Fuck yeah, bro. Yo, I can't ask everybody this question. I feel like I could certainly ask you. Do you got like a crazy gross story where the shit just went the fuck down? You got the fuck out of Dodge, made it out by the skin of your teeth, or maybe you didn't.
Well, yeah, there was that DEA one.
Oh yeah,
That
you
was
already told
it,
one,
but
man.
then,
My high ass.
But then also,
Got another one?
I mean, yeah, the warehouse getting robbed was a big problem because I had another warehouse directly next to it. And so it's funny because when I would go back to the warehouse that I kept while the other one got transferred fucking 45 minutes away, I'd like go, because I had like a handyman business, like a small construction business. I did stuff around town for a while.
No doubt.
So I would just come with that vibe. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get into character, a fucking handyman. Like
Yeah.
walk in with a toolbox.
Oh
and like,
shit. Yo,
and then-
smart. You going in and out of your warehouse
Yeah.
with a toolbox? Smart,
Yeah,
bro.
and then then
Hell
boom,
yeah.
drop that shit. Fucking, I wasn't a handyman at that point. And then like grow on, like the suit for working in the grow.
Yeah. I try to leave my crib every morning with my briefcase. So I got my laptop in there, but I'll put the briefcase on in my street clothes.
Yeah,
So my neighbors, because I just moved, so they're filling me out. Nobody's asked yet.
yeah,
So, I'm like, I build brands.
yeah.
I build brands, I lease IP. I'm a podcaster, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just build and sell brands.
Oh, you got mad titles that you
And a
can
lot
throw
of
at
fucking
people.
weed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no doubt. I wear a lot of hats. That's cool though, man. If you could smoke with two people, one dead, one that's still alive, who would they be?
Ooh, oh my god.
It's a good one.
I mean, damn. What first comes to mind is Jimi Hendrix for being dead.
Oh, let's go, dog. Nobody said Hendrix yet. That's a phenomenal answer, my friend.
I mean, maybe Bruce Lee, but Hendrix. I don't.
Also a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you do both, and they're both gonna be smoking with the same cipher, bro. Just because
Fuck
those were
yeah.
so ill.
Dope.
Good
Thank
answers,
you.
bro.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
you're
the
good.
hookup
You
on
get the
that.
pass. Yeah,
yes,
you're good.
Yes.
Somebody that's still with us.
Oh man.
You can go an old friend, a famous person, a comedian. I feel like a comedian would be a safe bet.
I know. I'm thinking comedian.
An old president, or a president still alive, fucking a world leader of some sort.
Shit. Damn, you're gonna have to edit this. I'm thinking too hard.
You're good, bro. We can edit whatever we want.
Oh, there's so many. Shit.
People say Dave Chappelle. People say like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's a very popular one.
Yeah.
Fucking your favorite band. You know whoever. A weed icon of some sort. If you look up to anybody in the industry that's still with us. Willie Nelson. It's a good one.
Yeah, that is. I mean, all
Comes
of these
up.
are ones that came to my mind.
Yeah. Don't be
But then
scared.
I'm like, man,
But now you're like, no, there's somebody else.
like there's
There's somebody I'm not thinking
some
of.
really interesting shit. Still alive. I don't know. I mean, shit. I used to fucking train with Nick and Nate Diaz. I like those dudes. I'd smoke with them again.
Perfect
That
answer,
would
by
be
the way.
dope.
What the fuck? Yo, I want to as well, man. Like a couple of my homies, shout my boy Adam Proper Doinks. He knows, Freddie knows Nate too, man.
Oh, yeah.
A lot
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
homies.
Yeah.
It was crazy. A lot of homies in cannabis are fighters, bro. Like,
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Because we chose that over
I'll be
what was
watching.
prescribed to
I'll
us.
be just watching motherfuckers' ears and shit. Look who got the fucking cauliflower. I'm like, yep, never fucking with that
Yeah,
guy.
now it's knowledge.
Watch your mouth around that guy. Not that I'm a dickhead or nothing, but like, yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of nice that it's known now. Like when I was younger
cool.
and I was a little more arrogant and fighting, it would be like, you know, because I'd even come out to fights and I'd hear like, you know, get your ass kicked, white boy, you know. And I'm like,
no
you know, I
doubt.
just don't have that look.
Yeah,
I don't want to have that vibe anyway.
no doubt.
My vibe, I like.
But
to
you're
be
one of those
chill.
quiet killers, bro.
I mean, you know, I was, you know.
You're not gonna
it's
admit it
okay.
'cause you're humble, bro.
Yeah.
But trust me, this guy, he's got the ear. I peeped it when he came in. I was like, yeah, bro, he's not to be fucked with. And you're a nice guy, so people sleep on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta sleep, motherfucker.
It's
Just
it's
the
an issue.
nature of the beast, man.
And it could be an advantage too. Come across
Yeah.
as nice and then surprise.
And then surprise, surprise, bitches, I get busy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Where's a good pizza joint that I can actually go to and have a nice slice?
Shit. I mean, damn.
Do you know of
So not really because I live, I'm thinking like around here
any? No,
locally.
anywhere in California. I'll go wherever.
Nah, because it's like I've been gone from Sac for so long
Yeah.
that I don't like. I'm not up on like
Oh, it's all good. If you've
what's
been on the
popping
hill,
here, and then up on the hill, it's like
No, there's no
honestly,
pizza up
man,
there.
I'm not gonna shout them out because I don't want to insult them. But it's like the pizza that's near us is very expensive and new ownership. Like it used to be pretty dope, but it was still too expensive for what
Yeah.
it was, and now it's like hella expensive and not that great.
Yeah.
Like I'd literally like rock a fucking like chain over it. You know?
yeah, no doubt.
But what used to be cool down here was that Zelda's Pizza. I don't think they're around anymore. That kind of faded.
Zelda
but-
still around?
Oh,
I think
it is?
so, bro.
Oh, I've heard it. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I kind of heard it's
Something
anyway,
or something
I wanna
similar.
insult
Something
someone.
similar.
Yeah, I like
Oh, no,
Zelda's.
I'm talking Pizzasaurus Rex. That's what I'm thinking. Way off. Sorry. I think I've heard of that though.
Zelda's was cool. It had like a different kind of crust than what you're used to. But
Okay.
after going to New York and like being able to walk
Forget
around
about
at
it.
fucking 2 in the
Yeah.
morning and just like grab a thin ass slice over here,
Some
shove that in my
random-ass
mouth,
spot.
and just like go down to the neck. I did like a little
Pizza tour?
triple hitter
Nice,
late at
bro.
night after one of the events just by myself.
Good for you, man.
Just
Good
like
for you.
have a beer, smoke a doink, eat my
Yeah,
pizza right on the street.
Go experience real New York, man.
Yeah.
A late night slice
Yeah,
with a
yeah.
fucking beer in a little
Yeah.
brown bag. You know?
Homie walks up looking kind of rough, like, "Hey, what's going on? You know, can I have that joint?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, you can have that joint."
Yeah, hell yeah.
I got more rolled. It's all good.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's dope, bro. I love
Yeah.
that. Love that. If your brand was a band, who would it be? Let's think of it like explaining the personality of your band. It could be multiple bands too.
Okay.
And by band, I mean it could be a rapper, fucking Frank Sinatra, whoever.
Okay.
Which, by the way, is one of mine.
Outcast,
Outkast, yeah, fucking Georgia. Come on now.
Pink Floyd, Hendrix, Rolling Stones.
This is a bad motherfucker, ladies and gentlemen. I like that. I like those answers.
Yeah.
So, at this point, I need you to shout out your favorite plug from back in the day. Don't have to say his real government name. And if you had a crazy story with him, you can share it. If not, all good. Took care of it. Who took real good care of it? Always answered the phone. Oh, there was always some fire on the end of that call and or text.
Man, that's hard to say. That's like why I got into doing my own thing.
Yo, he's one of them dudes. He's like, yo, honestly, I was the plug. Yo, I've had people
Kinda.
say that, bro.
Yeah.
No doubt. Hey,
Yeah. Really,
Shout out to
man.
you then.
Yeah.
well then, June 16th is right around the corner. That's National Plug Day. Get yourself something nice.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Shout out one of your mentors from back in the day, man. That had a big impact on your life.
I mean, that would be my martial arts instructor, Jose Castro.
I had a feeling.
Kind of
I had
weird
a
to be
feeling.
mentioned on a weed podcast because he's never really smoked.
No doubt. Mentor's a mentor.
Yeah, and then Michael Marks too.
Like Marks.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Yeah. Tell me the best advice and the worst advice somebody ever gave you in no particular order.
Damn.
And just
Okay.
remember, it could be very simple.
So yeah, just like growing up in my life, like my dad, and my mom, it was like emphasized like find something that you love to do and do right by it.
Ooh, that's a good one. Perfect.
So that's what I try to do.
Yeah,
And that's why no matter what happens, I'm going to keep doing what I do.
good. Same here, bro. Sometimes we think we're crazy, right?
I mean, the road's
like,
hard,
else?
man.
It is.
It's still hard.
It is.
I ain't giving up.
There's no end in sight either.
No.
I say so. Let's keep going.
No, let's get this.
Fuck yeah, bro. Let's get this shit, man. Worst advice somebody ever gave you?
Damn, I don't know. Bad advice. Like, I can think of like a deficit of advice, like where I was allowed to train zealously. Like there was a lack of advice. Like we would fucking whoop each other's asses with no headgear on.
Ooh.
Fucking like there was a culture of just like sheer violence.
Jesus. That's bad advice, bro. It's bad training.
Right.
Bad advice.
And those were like, that was my,
Ooh.
instructors out here, like, thanks, coach. And they were deficient in like certain cross training elements. I had to find that information myself. Though on the other hand, too, a lot of those cross training elements, that's what I attributed people's physicality to. A lot of motherfuckers out there cheating, juicing.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes I fought. Dude at the end, last dude I fought was bragging about how roided out he was to one of my partners at the gym when he was just lifting weights. He's like, I'm gonna fuck your boy up. I'm jacked. Like, I knocked that fool out.
Damn.
But that was part of it too. People were cheating and had experts.
No
So it's
doubt.
like I had my team of like, it was a lot of technical input and a lot of, just like be tough fight input, hard training and stuff. But they didn't have any diet or cross training, or I guess it's a good thing because there's health detriments to
No doubt.
juicing. So I'm glad I didn't do that. But they sure as hell like promoted a culture of us murdering each other.
Straight throwing you on dog
My
fights.
neck's fucked now, dude. I got an MRI. Like my neck is
Damn.
all bad, and I've had to rehab. But see, I've rehabbed my hip. I just went shredding the other day at
Nice.
fucking Palisades. Like crushed it, dude. Like I was like,
Nice.
I didn't lose a lick. Like legs felt amazing, and my shoulder. I've rehabbed that. Like with like diligent work, and a good like Kaiser's Sports Medicine is where I got to go, and they're just fucking on point.
Yo, me too, bro. I've been there. I've
That
rehabbed
shit's
like
on
3
point.
injuries since I've lived here. I've
Hell,
been here 5 years,
yeah.
bro. Yo,
That
shout out
facility
to the
downtown.
the physical therapist,
Yeah,
man.
I
Like,
appreciate you guys for real.
it's almost unbelievable what they can bounce you back from
Yeah.
in a couple months.
Yeah, and people should understand this too.
Yeah.
Like if you've got injuries and you feel like shit, like don't just decide to take pills.
Oh God, no.
Like you can
Fuck
get out of
no.
that shit with hard work and discipline. And that's the trade-off though. You
Yeah.
got to sacrifice, you got to work super hard, but don't go the easy route if you got injuries. Like
Yeah.
get with personal trainers and do that.
Most def. I agree. Now, before we get into the rapid fire questions and wrap up, I feel like I can ask you this question. You're into psychedelics. You told me that. You got any wild fucking tripping stories for us where shit just went crazy, my boy?
Oh, definitely.
Hit me.
Yeah. It's all like, so unless
Walk us
unless
through a night
you're
with
talking
you.
about DMT,
Yeah, we can talk about whatever, bro.
it's all set and setting. You need to be very
Yeah.
serious about it. And I
Yeah.
was fucking zealous as fuck. I mean, I would be at parties like just fucking, whoo, I'm on 10 hits of ass, literally.
Whoa.
Like I used to, cause I had
Took a
I
10
didn't talk
strip,
about
boy?
it too much, but I had to connect for that back in the day. That was a
Yeah.
little thing that I did too. I feel like I looked out for people kinda, like we would have parties and allow a safe place for people to stay.
No doubt.
But I also, on why sometimes the people that you could be doing stuff with fine one day are not the right people to be doing it with the next day. And you need to take
Yeah.
psychedelics seriously, treat them with respect, look at it as something that's more like a serious augmentation to your life, something that you need to take seriously. It's just not a party drug, really.
No, it's really not. Once you get older and you
Yeah.
really realize what it could do for you.
Yeah, if you want the best
Yeah.
results from it. So then when you take it disrespectfully, you can get bad results. I've just taken it around the wrong people.
Yeah, and that energy, you can't be around bad energy.
Yeah, and then it just kind of
It'll
sends me
send
on
you.
this weird trajectory. Like, I got a funny one, man. This is a funny one. So, like, and this wasn't being irresponsible. Like, okay, we're chilling in Humboldt. like, drove up there in this van, and, like, we were going to go up to Crescent City to look at the sunset from this one, like, spot that you can walk on a trail, like, right when you come into Crescent City. I don't know if you've ever been there.
No, I haven't been there.
It's
Sounds
dope
great.
up there. It's beautiful. Humboldt's fucking awesome. Crescent City's awesome. Oregon up there is awesome. But I just took, like, I fucking weighed it out. It was like a 0.4 little mushroom, and it was like this little cute looking fucking Smurf hat looking thing. Tiny, dude. 0.4. Like, that's nothing, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. But then by the time we're like, so, and it's like, I forget, it's like an hour from Trinidad up to Crescent City, something like that. So it was like enough time for it to kind of start to kick in, like get out of the trail. And I'm like, oh, god damn, dude, like this is a little more than like what I expected.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, the sunset was rad. The trees were fucking dope. They're those kind of, you know, windswept oak trees and conifer trees. It's just amazing. Like, it looks like some Japanese kind of art type shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Then we get back in the van, and so, yeah, dude driving decides to be a motherfucking asshole and is, like, smashing those roads in this van. He knows he's fucking with me and this other cat back there. Because he took a little, too. And he was pretty spun, too, but, like, I, sir, was spun.
That little point. Fucking...
So we're back
the little guy got you.
Yeah, man. We're back at the homie's house. And so the plan was we were going to go to this soul food restaurant in Eureka. Mm-hmm. And it was a dope place, man. But before we're going, here's some of that PTSD and paranoia coming into play where I'm like, oh, there's definitely SWAT team guys dropping down on ropes out of the tall redwood trees about to hem us up. And I'm like, no, they're not, man. Fucking crazy. Like, that's not happening. It's cool. Get in the van.
Yeah.
So, like, we cruise down to Eureka, and it's, like, heavier, more and more. I'm like, jeez Louise. I'm fucking pretty fucked up here, dude. So, I still go into the restaurant. I'm like, let's get some fucking soul food.
That's right. Give me something. I'm
ready
fucking...
to eat. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And it just got weirder and weirder, dude. We're fucking sitting at the table in there, and it kind of like turns into like the Last Supper looking type shit, where I'm like, wowzer. Huh.
That's what we doing, Jesus?
It's crazy.
Damn, bro.
And like the lady who owns the joint is walking around making sure everyone's cool, and she just had this like warm energy.
Oh, thank God.
And I just was like, this is dope. And I'm having trouble like looking at what food to get and stuff. And one of my homies that I hadn't seen in years, he happened to be there. It was good to see him. You know, he's like, Gaminsky, are you spun? And I was like, yeah, I'm a little spun. Whoa, okay, whatever. So
just drops it on you in tips.
No, he's chilling. He's just like calling me out. Like, are you spun?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I'm spun. And so like, it was a weird combination of vibes because my homie, who also ate a small amount of shrooms and was pretty high, was there, and he was having some static with these other dudes in the bathroom. Like he's a black dude. There were some black dudes, not as like many people up there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and they kind of like started talking to each other, and then they realized they didn't like each other. There was kind of starting to be some static, and I was like, oh, that's a little stressful. Weird.
Yeah.
But the lady like walks around and like, you know, I'm like, you just seem like such a good person. And I can tell that you make really good food.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, just go in the bathroom and try and sort yourself out. And so I'm like in the bathroom and I'm like, wow, like the dynamics of a bathroom are fucking intense. This is crazy. Like water flowing, you know,
cooking,
you got
my
valves
boy.
and shit. Like the mirror. Oh, and then I'm like, oh, fuck. It's me in the mirror. Whoa. You know the deal.
Oh, I know. Then when you're melting and you look at yourself in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I can't look at myself.
Yeah, like this is fucking crazy.
Yeah, this is
some
crazy.
Universe in my eyeball. I'm like, all right, and people are like, fucking bathroom. I'm like, sorry, I'm real sorry, man. Like, come out, and they're like, bro.
How long were you in there, son?
You need to go to the car. I'm like, oh, so like a dog, you're gonna lock me in the fucking car? That's how it is? Fine, I kind of agree.
Yo.
Yeah. I mean, you know. So I'm like, all right.
Just that little guy still kicking your ass.
Yeah, dude.
This little
Smaller
toad.
than this
Little
shit.
fucking
Like,
toad, little fucking
it was
mushroom,
like
bro.
this big, dude. It was like that.
Don't ever sleep on the cap and stem combo.
True that.
Don't.
True.
Especially if they're
that.
attached and short and stout. I've seen that happen.
And if it
bro.
looks like a Smurf hat, you need to fucking be careful.
Buckle up.
Set and setting, and you'll be fine. You know, have the right people in the right situation. Don't go to a soul food restaurant, maybe. And so they put me in the car like a dog, and I'm like, this is whack. So like this restaurant, it's still there. Like the Denny's in Eureka, it's still there. This soul food restaurant was across the street. That was a while ago. I don't know if it's still there. I hope so. That lady had the good vibes, and I still had some food. They brought my food out to me, which was nice at least. Assholes.
They brought it out to the car like a dog?
Well,
So you could eat
when
out
they
the
were
car?
done eating, I got to have the cold food.
There you go.
But like I was across this, I was like, fuck this, I'm going to Denny's. It was around Christmas time, and I walk in and I'm just like, is it okay if I like just get a cup of coffee and like sit at the table? And they're like, yeah, it's all good, whatever you want, man. And
It's
like
part of our service, sir.
it was just a bunch of local old dudes sitting at the bar. Like no one was at booths because it was kind of getting later. And I sat there and just drank my coffee and like looked across the street at the car where it was parked for like when the dudes, you know, my homies came out of the restaurant so that I could go meet up with them because they're going to be like, he's on the loose. He's fucking on the
That's not good.
You know?
Yeah, that's not good. It's not a good feeling.
But like I started to calm down in there, and the waiter was really nice to me, and like I saw them walk out, and I just left the waiter like $40 tip and was like, you know, thanks for letting me chill. And I looked at all the old dudes at the bar. I think everyone knew I was tripping. I'm just like, hey, like, I just want to say Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a good night. And I just bounced out.
See you later.
Fucking...
They're still talking about you to this day.
So that's that one. It went a little haywire.
Fucking solid, bro. Yo, as somebody used to trip, I could relate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's good shit, bro.
Yeah, I used to also.
Good pizza. What's up, Famiglia? Yo, check this out. I got to take a second to shout out my sponsor, the Gotti brand. Thank you so much for the sponsorship. Here's where you can find the fire in California. The Gotti brand can be purchased at Cookies, Cookies Maywood, Cookies Woodland Hills, Cookies Sacramento, Lemonade Sacramento, Lemonade South Sac, Main Stage Sac and Davis, Zen Garden Wellness down in SoCal. You can get at Lemonade Van Nuys. So, thanks again. See y'all back on the show. All right before we wrap up, we're going to go in some rapid fire questions. These are one-word answers. Okay, so try to keep it to one word.
Okay.
You ready?
I think so. I've been kind of slow on some of these. So
You're good. No, you're
quick.
good.
Let's go.
Do you like to smoke in the hot or the cold?
Oh, hot.
LED or HPS?
LED.
Living soil or cocoa?
Oh, shit. Living soil?
Joints or blunts?
Joints.
Bongs or bowls?
Bongs.
Cold start or hot start?
I do hot start a lot.
Rig or Puffco?
A rig is what I usually... I love Puffco, though. Shout out to them.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Cold cure or fresh press?
I guess maybe cold cure.
Street smarts or book smarts?
Oh, shit. I guess I'll lean towards street smarts.
Batman or Superman?
Oh, shit. That one's hard, too. Damn. I like Batman's vibe way better, but like power-wise, Superman. But he's a fucking nerd. I like Batman. He's kind of hardcore.
Batman?
Yeah.
Haze or sour?
Sour.
Nas or Jay-Z?
Nas.
Did Nas or Jay-Z win the battle? Ether versus Takeover.
Oh, I mean, I hate to say it. I think Jay-Z probably won.
Holy shit. A Nas fan admitted Jay-Z. That's interesting.
I love them both.
No, it's cool.
I love
it's
them
cool.
both.
This is your truths, bro. No, there's no right or wrong answer.
Hope no one hates me for that.
No, that's a good one. GTA or Call of Duty?
Oh, I've probably played more Call of Duty.
Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Street Fighter.
Regular doinks or hash holes?
Regular doinks.
Past that, or I'm smoking this to the face?
Oh, I mean, Yeah, I hate getting
Forget
sick.
COVID never happened.
Right. Well, even before that, man,
Yeah.
I remember Emerald Cup. I got sick as fuck after that shit one time, and I was like, I gotta start anyway. But despite that, I like passing it.
No doubt. Bike or skateboard?
I always want bike because I lived in the woods and didn't have the ability to skateboard. I always envied. I have homies that went pro, and like I would watch them and shit. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chong.
Hell yeah. Snowboarding or skiing?
I snowboard. I just snowboarded a few days ago. Shredded that shit.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah.
Kings or Golden State?
Kings, baby. Sacktown,
Big
man.
team, baby.
Yeah.
80s or 90s?
90s.
NorCal or SoCal?
NorCal.
Sac or the Bay?
I mean, Sac. I just got, that's,
Come on now.
That's me.
Come on now.
And no, I love all these I love the alternates too.
Pizza or tacos?
Fucking, I mean, it's pizza. It's got to be pizza, man. I mean, I'm like, this is my favorite food group. I always come with that corny shit.
No, that's real. It's real life. It's not corny,
Yeah.
bro. I'm with you. Pizza with pineapples or no pineapples?
Well, okay, the purists will get mad at me, but I fuck with some pineapple on pizza. It's not like my go-to, but if it's on there, I'll eat it. I like it.
Okay. Tacos or burritos?
What the fuck? Tacos. Chondos, what up?
You know it. Which one?
One close by.
Yeah.
That
okay.
one. The first
That's the
one.
right answer.
The first one. Yeah.
In-N-Out or Five Guys?
In and out all day.
Beach or snow?
Beach.
Cheetos or Flamin' Hot Cheetos?
Cheetos.
The Wire or The Sopranos? Yep. I know.
What?
Sorry, bro.
God damn.
He's squirming, folks.
I guess The Sopranos, man. That shit, they're both so good.
He guessed The Sopranos.
Sopranos,
Jeez.
yeah.
Jeez.
Well, it's hard.
No,
They're
no,
fucking
it's the right answer. It's the right answer.
They're masterpieces.
No, they are. They are. Pacino or Gennaro? Dinero. I said Gennaro.
Oh, fuck. I don't know, man. I guess fucking... Oh, what?
These questions are terrible. I know.
I don't know how to... Yeah, I'm sorry to do... Yeah, I feel De Niro.
Godfather 1, 2, or 3?
Oh, I think it's 2.
Automatic or revolver?
Revolver. Automatic is like overused and silly, compensating for people. Like that's a very specific use that's generally not necessary.
I like your answer.
I like firearms.
Same.
But I mean, well, let's not get yeah.
You lost. Go ahead.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, it's a problematic area. I want less people to die by firearms, and I love firearms.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that space with you.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good answer.
Yeah.
You're lost in the woods. You get a pack of matches or a hatchet. Go.
Hatchet.
Headshot or face shot by Mike Tyson?
I mean, oh, fuck. Headshot. I don't want to, like, get, like, damage and loss of teeth and a broken nose. Like, I'll just take it to the brain.
Okay. He might hit you in the face, though. We don't know where it's going.
Wait, so you said headshot or
body shot.
Oh, body shot.
Yeah.
I thought you
Did I
said
say
face
headshot or
I thought you
face
said
shot?
face or headshot. I was
I
like,
probably did.
to the side. Like, hit me in the side.
We're going to run this back. We're going to figure that out.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Well,
Headshot
based
or
on
body
all the
shot? Sorry.
damage I've already taken to my fucking brain, I would like a body shot.
Body shot. Okay. Shot of 151 or a hot dab, like a 900.
Oh, I used to do those anyway. I thought that was how you're supposed to do it. I can rock that shit.
Love this guy's answers. Dirt bike or four-wheeler?
Dirt bike. That was like my life for a while. Just hated being with my parents arguing and just fucking dirt bike all fucking afternoon after school until dinner time if I wasn't training martial arts.
Nice.
Brap, brap.
Brap, brap. Hell yeah. OG gas terps or gelato runs terps?
I mean, I love Gelato Runs Terps. Shout out to the architects of that. I mean, that's huge. But you said OG? I mean,
I said
that's
OG.
my shit, man. That's like in my soul.
I was very surprised to hear you about to answer Gelato runs terms because all the OGs go OG.
I love OG. Man.
100%.
It's, yeah. It's,
No right or wrong answer.
yeah.
Tupac or Big?
Tupac.
Wu-Tang or Death Row?
Wu-Tang.
That's it. That's
Nice.
well done. Well done. I like the answers, man.
Dope.
So before we get up out of here, bro, I like to share with people the Power Network and like how did we meet and who do you know that I should get on the show?
Oh.
So how did we meet?
Through Jordan. Blueprint?
Jordan, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I walk you into his room. I'm like, oh, yo, what's up? Duke of Erb, Jordan, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, we know each other. I'm like, you guys fucking introduced me. And literally here.
Yeah.
My high ass. I wasn't even high. Burnt out, bro. Jordan, yes, we met through Jordan. Shout out to Jordan.
Yep, for sure. Blueprint's some of my favorite weed in the world.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. And who do you know that I should know, man? Who should I get on the show, bro?
I mean, have you had Freddie Bigg?
I have.
Okay. I mean, obviously Ryan's a good person. to have
Yeah,
on the
man.
show.
I'm trying to get Doja on the show. Doja, what up,
Tough
bro?
one, tough
Let's
one.
go.
Yeah, busy.
Let's go.
Busy.
Yeah, he's busy, man. Busy man
Um,
for sure.
Green, have you had,
That's a good one.
you had Green Dog?
No.
No? Oh, that's my fucking boy.
Yeah.
man. Green Dog's
He
one of my-
rescheduled on me. We have to rebook him.
Oh, okay, you're doing
Rebook
it.
him. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
on. He's on the radar. So yeah, that's a good one.
That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
people in general.
Hell yeah.
Super dope guy.
Yeah, hell yeah. He's got a dope strain coming out, D1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fire
Yeah.
for all you sour heads.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to say too. Like, is they do some good breeding themselves,
Yeah.
and the motor breath that we used for the Coffin Candy motor breath cross is actually their F4, I believe, motor breath that they gave to
Nice.
us to use just for that. So
Hell yeah.
much appreciated, and that's one of the like about as close to OG gas that's around
Yeah.
that I've seen. It's a
That's
good
still
one.
in existence, yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with you there. Before we get out of here, man, is there anything we could plug for you? Is there anything my audience can help you with? Plug away, brother.
I mean, yeah, just Doja Direct, dukeoferb.com. We got those last Coffin Candy varieties coming out. And yeah, just keep watching. We're going to keep coming with stuff.
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming out, bro, and sharing your story with us.
Been a
Great.
pleasure, man.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure getting to know you on the show, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So check him out, man. Duke of Erb, Duke of Doja. We're on this camera now. Check him out, man. Duke of Erb, Duke of Doja. Holla at your boy. Check his website. Grab some seeds. Let's keep this hunt on the fucking road. Hit the Patreon. Support your big Cougene. Let's keep this show on the road. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning back in. Peace, love, good pizza. We'll see y'all next time.